Hello, everybody. Not 7, Dave. 3. 3, Dave. And then you don't say anything. How many times have we done this, Dave? How many times? I have to believe that you're just willfully trying to fuck with me today.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, good. All right. I would rather believe that Dave's being a jerk than that he's incompetent, because we've done this too many times. Hello. Hello, everybody. Both. Hi, welcome. This is a very special event. We're going to be playing some World of Dungeons with some lovely people as a part of Roll20CON. So hello. Hi. My name, if you have not seen me before, have not heard me introduce myself, if you're like, who the hell is this guy? And why does he get a special color around his picture? I'm going to be GMing this little adventure. My name is Adam Coble. I'm the GM in residence here at Roll20. My pronouns are he, him, and I am joined by some great people. Look at them all, some of whom you might be familiar with. I'm going to let them introduce themselves. Trivia, why don't you tell people, if they're not already familiar, who are you?
Hello, I'm Trivia. I'm production coordinator at Roll20. So I'm very excited to be playing a game on Roll20. It's been a whole year.
Yeah, there you go. Cool. Well, welcome.
It's been a whole year since you did it on stream. You play Roll20.
Yes. Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, I play tabletop, but a whole year since last Roll20Con where I was able to play on stream. And introduction.
There you go. Good stuff. I like that. Good. It's like we're in a science fiction game. You're ending the transmission. Thank you. It's clear now. Over. Down below, a familiar face, if you've been on this channel once or twice before, it's Blue Jay. Blue Jay, you're not allowed to be a backstabbing jerk in this game. Okay. And you're also not allowed to be a fish man. Other than that, everything's on the table. What's your deal, Blue Jay? Who the hell are you?
I'm Blue Jay. I'm a bird. No, actually, I'm not a bird, but don't tell anybody. You can find me most days either here or on twitch.tv/BlueJay, where I play video games and do other role-playing stuff. I also do role-playing stuff on other places on the internet. You can find it all on bluejay.tv/portfolio. And with almost all of those things, we use Roll20 because it's the fucking best. I honestly, like, for the first, I think, 1.5 or 2 years of my role-playing experience, only played games online. I don't like.
Listen, it's not the Middle Ages anymore. I don't have to do math myself. I have a computer for that shit now. Come on. Yeah.
So it's been really interesting to be like having my role playing come from first the technological like side point and then going to actually role.
I'm really excited for your chat with Anna because that's after this, right? You're having that conversation because Anna is the same way. The two of you both came into role playing like online and broadcasting it, and like that was you're part of the new breed. So that's very cool.
Yeah, it's true. I'm very excited for that conversation as well. That's been right after this, y'all. So stay tuned for after this madness.
Everything continues to be better than the thing before it. Let me see if I can do it. Down there in this corner, it's Soraya. Hi, Soraya. What's your deal? Who are you? I know already, but for everybody.
I am the brand manager of Roll20. I do a lot of public-facing stuff. I've probably been tweeting at you all this morning, although now that is Alex is steering that particular ship.
You know, I think it's always pretty clear when Alex is running the Roll20 Twitter. Like, you can tell. It's very clear who's responsible for those tweets.
There's a certain Alex flavor and tone that goes into them that I can't emulate. It's a special Alex thing. What can I say? But I'm very excited to be playing this game. I have not played World of Dungeons before, but I'm looking forward to finding out what lies ahead.
Excellent. I'm glad to have
you.
And I'm
also yes, thank you. I'm also reassured that Blue Jay's not allowed to play backstabbers this game because then I have less to worry about.
The world does not need another Alessandro. We are good.
I mean, here's the thing. I am a creative professional, and if I wanted to fuck with your shit, I could do that.
It's not about the class, it's about the player.
I'll just take that moment of relief that I felt and just like rip it wide open again.
Just hurl it into the fire. Hurl it into the fire. Yep. Last but certainly not least, and definitely the most human, it's Dave. Hello again, Dave. How are you? What's your deal, Dave? Help me understand you, Dave, if that's possible.
Well, my new therapist, by that use of terminology.
Tell me more about that, Dave. How does that make you feel?
I mean, it doesn't, and that's the problem, isn't it? I'm Dave. I don't really do anything else except be on the other shows with Adam and Blue Jay. So if you listen to their parts, then that's everything.
Dave is the professional Dungeons and Dragons player that make the rest of us look like idiots. Like whenever I don't know a rule, I just wait a second, and Dave's like, "Okay, fine, I'll do your job for you. This is how it works."
Yes.
It's pretty good. It's good stuff.
Right. This game, I don't know the rules. Well, actually, I do because I read them, but I've not played it either.
Yeah, it's very simple. The game, the entire game is what, 4 pages, 5 pages,
Yeah, the
six,
PDF
six if you count the character sheet.
Yeah, I loved the 3-page PDF download. I got very scared when he said to PDF, and then got very excited directly after.
Yeah. So World of Dungeons is the work of John Harper, which means that the character sheet is immaculate. John made this as a bonus for backers of Dungeon World way back in the day, and it's been modified and hacked and twisted and changed over time to become many other things. But it's essentially sort of a demake of Dungeon World. It has one mechanic. You roll 2d6 and you add or subtract one of your 6 stats, and it's the base. It's essentially all of the moves are defy danger. So if you get a 6 or lower, something bad happens to you. If you get a 7 to 9, then you probably get what you want, but you have to pay for it. And then 10 or better is a success, with the addition that if you get a 12, you get some sort of exceptional success. Your characters will have skills that mean that you can't fail. Like if you roll and you get a 6 or lower, you still get what you want, but you pay heavily for it. And this shows that the characters are exceptionally competent at the things that they're good at, and at everything else, it's like, good luck. You're working on your stat. So I think some of us have characters, but character creation is real quick. So we can talk about. We've only got 3 hours, but it's a short game anyway. We can kind of talk about like what sort of dungeon stuff do we want to do. I was thinking. For me, the big question I have is like, what do we feel like? Do we feel like something like kind of serious? Do we feel like something silly? Do we feel like something in between?
I made that choice.
Give me some. Well, listen, you can play. You can bend how you play your character, but the idea here is that I just kind of want to get an idea of like what y'all are feeling mood wise today. I could go either way.
I made a tinkery rogue, so I'm cool with whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I tend to incline towards silly. Also, trivia, I also made a rogue, so
all rogue.
I was gonna say, Dave, what class are you?
I'm a cleric.
No, let's all do rogues.
Listen, if you want to play a John Harper designed game where everybody plays thieves, you should have told me before we picked this game, because there's this, you may have heard of it. There's this game called Blades in the Dark. And...
I mean, you told me not to backstab, so obviously I need to play a role.
Listen, there are games for these things. I mean, it doesn't super matter. Like the things that you're rewarded for in this game are like getting treasure, essentially. So, filthy lucre. So however you get that, whether you're stealing it or whatever, it'll really be about how you overcome the obstacles. And if you're all rogues, then that's fine. The game's flexible, but you can also make your own class, right? So
okay, I'm gonna be an alchemist.
You want to be like an alchemist? Okay, that's cool. So you want to be like a wizard type alchemist with like lore and summoning and magic and shit? Or do you want to be like...
No, I want to turn everything into gold.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Because you said that the point was filthy lucre, so I'm just going to turn things into gold.
Oh, I see. So instead of stealing gold, you just want to make things into it. Okay. Well, let's talk about character creation. And for those of you who are already done that process, that's okay. You can sit through it. So it's real quick. You roll for your stats. In this game.
Okay.
So we're gonna get you to
need a
do
character
that.
sheet.
Let me.
I have a character sheet. I don't need a character sheet.
Okay. So Blue Jay, sign your character sheet here. There we go. Boop. Okay.
Boom.
I see 3 characters. Who's still missing a sheet in Roll20?
Dave.
You need one, Dave? Okay.
Yeah.
out.
All right, Dave.
Put my hand up.
Dave. Okay.
I'll copy it over.
There you go. Okay. So, so you're gonna roll your stats. Let me get
Okay,
these
so
my rolls are over here.
Roll
Okay.
2d6 for each.
Yeah, so you roll 2d6, and you're not adding them together. It's basically you make a Apocalypse World style roll for each one. So you roll a 2d6 for each stat, top to bottom. On a 6 or less, the value is 0. On a 7 to 9, it's +1. On a 10 or 11, it's +2.
Nice.
Good. Okay, so you're not very strong. You're not very strong.
Okay, is that Dex?
That is your first one's your strength. Second one is your dex. There you go. Okay.
That goes down. Okay.
So that's a plus. That's a +3.
Okay, +3.
Yep.
And then this is con.
Let me move the sheet over.
So that's a +2.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have int, which is a +1.
An 8. Yep.
And then wisdom, which is a 0.
Okay.
And then charisma, which is a +1.
There you go. Okay.
So I'm a rogue.
As I say, high dexterity.
I'm a rogue alchemist.
Mm-hmm.
Dave, you gotta join this party.
Come on, Dave. Come on.
I kind of like how people were joking in chat about what I'd name my character and someone guessed.
Fantastic. I mean, you could be a cleric of the god of stealing if you wanted to. That's
no, I'm a cleric of the god of inexplicable things.
All right, so you got your stat.
Okay.
Now you're gonna choose a class, or you can make your own.
Okay.
The classes are fighters, thieves, clerics, and wizards, and rangers.
Okay.
And if you choose your,
You said I can't do backstab.
I mean, I meant like you can't be.
You said I
Alessandra.
couldn't do backstab.
Okay, no backstabbing. So if you play a fighter, you get skirmish, tough, slay, and hardy. If you play a thief, you get backstab, lucky, reflexes, and tinker. If you're a cleric, you get decipher and heal, and then you can choose, like, these are options you choose from. Bless, cure, turn, and vision.
Okay.
Wizards get lore, and you begin with 2 spirits you can summon. You get summon, and then either cantrip, command, or ritual. And then rangers get a pet and survival.
Okay. Can I get some thief stuff and some wizard stuff?
Yes. So the other thing is you can make your own class. You choose a class skill and 2 special abilities.
So lore and stealth is those guys. I feel like lore is good because I don't feel very stealthy as a character, even though I have a high dex score. So I'm gonna go with skill lore.
Okay.
You said you get 1.
Yep.
And then I want to do tinker.
Okay.
And how many
You get
special
2.
abilities?
Class skill and 2 special abilities. Yep.
And can I do ritual?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's gonna be really ineffective. It's gonna be great.
Okay. Well, what are the 2? Let's talk about what are the two rituals that you can perform.
My 2 rituals are what's the general like way that people say like alchemy, like turning like
Oh yeah. I mean, so they're alchemical rituals, like
Yeah,
of,
they're
of
alchemical
transmutation.
transmutation. Yeah.
Okay. So you know a ritual. So you know a ritual that does what? What is your
Transmutation. It transmutes so it has to be a specific thing into another specific
Yeah, I mean,
thing?
I think turning anything into anything might be a little beyond the scope of a simple ritual.
So I feel like I want this to be a little ridiculous. It turns socks into gold.
Okay. All right.
We're going with the
Sure.
humor.
Okay.
So I feel like I should point out gold is not useful. You should do it into silver.
Silver is the thing.
Silver, gold. Yeah, silver is the technical, like the currency of the game.
The currency is silver.
Yeah.
Okay, then silver. I'm sorry.
It's much better than socks to snakes. Socks to snakes is a very dangerous spell. You want to keep that away.
Okay, so I just the goal is to get the thing that you need to win. So I need silver. That's okay. So socks to silver socks.
Okay. And this
then
is like just to clarify what a sock is here. Are we talking like any foot covering that's not a shoe?
Yes, a foot covering made out of a cloth-like material, not a leather.
Got it. Sure. Okay.
And then my second ritual is it's the magic dance.
So you have a ritual that makes people do dances?
Yes.
Right. Okay. Cool. A dancing ritual. Excellent. An occult ritual. that
Yep.
forces people to dance.
And the thing is that the ritual summons a goblin king wearing really tight leggings. And
Oh, I see. So it's you're calling on the magic of a higher power that happens also to be able to.
Yes,
Okay.
and he is the one that forces people to dance.
Got it. Okay, so you're just borrowing this goblin king's power.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the ritual summons him. Mhm.
Good. Okay. Now you don't have summoning, so you can't actually summon him, but you can draw on his
Okay,
power.
so it's like a phantasm of
exactly
like, power. Yeah.
Okay, sure. That's good. Excellent. Okay, and then Tinker allows you to quickly pick a lock, pick a pocket, or disarm a trap. And because you have lore, when you make a roll to learn something or understand something about the world, you can't fail. You can't outright fail.
Okay,
you can
cool.
just have complicated situation. Okay, cool. You now have 60 silver pieces to spend on equipment. You can find that on page 2.
Okay, cool. Let's look at this equipment that I can get.
Go ahead and do that. And while you're doing that, while you're shopping,
We'll do other people.
yeah,
Okay.
we'll figure out what everybody else is. All right. Let's see. Trivia. Do you want to tell us about your character?
So I have thought nothing about a backstory or a personality.
matter.
But
Yeah,
I
super
have
doesn't
I have made a thief named Ghost,
Nice.
who is very who's got 2s in Dex and Con, with awareness, stealth, reflexes, and also Tinker. We've got ourselves a longsword and a dagger because I like that re-rolling damage once an attack. And I picked up lockpicks, a pack of cards, and a collapsible pole.
Nice. Okay, cool. So the reflexes is particularly important because that just means that when something happens, you are always the first one to react to it. You're ready. You're ready to go. You're ready to just like rip it out as soon as there's danger or whatever. So I will try to remember to always ask you how you react first. But if I make a mistake and ask somebody else, you can be like, "Yo, reflexes, Adam." Reflexes. Yeah.
So I you should know that I also took reflexes.
Yes, so you can fight over it. So
Yes.
Good, excellent. You both go the same at the same time, fast. Cool. Okay, let's talk about your character. Sorry, you're also a thief, right?
Sorry, what? I was busy doing rock, paper, scissors and winning because trivia showed the scissors, and I was like, well, easy.
Nice. Well
Rock.
done. Okay, so you're also a thief, right?
Yes, I'm also a thief.
Okay.
My character concept, such as there is one, came from the fact that when I was reading through like weapons and stuff, basically you have some sort of option to choose a light weapon, and you can choose anything within within that category. And I figured since I was buying 2 light weapons, why go with the typical thief dagger short sword combo? Why not go with hand axes?
Nice.
So my character, Jofa, is a rogue who will sneak up behind you, jump really high, and then plunge 2 hand axes right into your back.
I think
That's what
I've
we've
seen
got
that.
so
I think
far.
I've seen that concept art.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that's what we've got.
Excellent. 2 hand axes. I love this situation where in a game like this where there's all this empty space, you're kind of like, well, axes. That'll be the thing. I'll start there and I'll work out from there. Okay, so an axe, 2 axes, Jofa, same abilities, athletics, stealth, reflexes, and then you have you chose lucky. So once per day, when you fail a roll, you can be like, nah, I don't fail that. That's
Yep.
a 7. Cool. I like it.
Waiting to use that at the opportune moment, or to completely forget that it exists.
Yes.
One of the 2.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a thing that'll happen. Cool. Okay. All right. Well, we'll get to know Jofa and Ghost more as we play. Dave, you want to tell us about your character?
Yeah, I'm playing a cleric who is the very Reverend Canon Rolf Moreau.
Excellent. Excellent. Good. I like it.
I got some stats. You want to know their stats?
I would love to know your stats, Rolf.
Look, 7, 5, 4, 7, 8, 6.
Oh boy, those are not great.
They're not great, but I'm a cleric.
They're not great. Yeah.
It's okay.
So I think for the character sheet macros, let me just test. Yeah, change those numbers to the bonuses or zeros in this case. not the full stat.
Okay, so it's 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0.
As much as I would love for Rolf to have +7 in strength, those are not the
That
rules.
seems fine. No, I'm
So,
into that.
Yeah. Okay.
1, 1, 0. There we go. For skills, as a cleric, I got Decipher and Heal.
Nice.
I picked up Awareness as well, because my god is a lot about, discerning things, understanding things, being aware of things, and not having any way to really work out why they are the way they are.
Right, just highly observant, but not so much with the putting the pieces together.
Exactly. And for that reason, I also picked as my ability Vision. So I can ask my god of the inexplicable to grant me prescient visions of not understanding what's about to happen.
Okay, digging it.
And I got Cure as well because I'm a cleric.
Yes, it's very useful. Yeah.
Okay.
For just to make sure that y'all remember, Trivia and Soraya, make sure you take and Blue Jay too. Take you get one skill in addition to the ones granted by your class.
Oh, we get one more skill?
Yeah, one of any
So
of
it's
the
like
skills.
2 skills, 2 special abilities.
Yes,
right?
exactly. Yeah, one from like fighters get athletics, then you pick one more. So just make sure you have 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
I definitely went with athletics because when I do jump out with those axes, I want to jump real high.
Yeah, and then climbing and what have you. Yeah, cool. Okay, good. Blue Jay, have you completed your
I
shopping
finished it up.
list?
My name is Caster, and I always blame everything on my non-existent twin Pollux. And I bought my equipment. I have a dagger. I have ritual incense and oils, 2 doses of quicksilver, and elaborate clothes.
Nice. Okay, cool.
I've got equipment too. Do you want to know my equipment?
I'm sure. I would love to know your equipment, Dave.
Okay. I got a pistol. It's called the Elucidator.
Nice. Good.
And then I bought some holy water, flint and steel, bandages, travel rations, a wineskin, parchment, pen and pot of ink, and I hired us a guide.
Oh, excellent.
Why
Okay.
did you have that much money?
Because it's 60. You can get a lot of stuff if you don't spend all of it on weapons.
Okay.
Just
I mean, I didn't spend all of it on weapons.
Anyway, we got our boy, the novice, Brother Lek. And he's got a knife, a lantern, and a rope, so I didn't have to spend my own money on those things.
Excellent. Okay. And what's his name?
Maybe it's because I bought so much quicksilver.
Brother
That's
Lek.
like expensive.
Brother Lek.
Leck Lek.
Got it. All right.
The drugs aren't cheap.
Well,
in
how
this
much is the gun? 30?
Yeah.
Oh, crossbows, pistols. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
I was looking at the heavy bow gun, and I was like, how the fuck?
I wanted one of those, but we don't have enough. Oh, great. Next time we play.
Oh man, you could just buy a champion and you have them for one day and then they go away.
I did think about that. Like
The only thing I have is this guy.
So you don't actually, I mean, you can have Quicksilver if you want to. It's predominantly used to summon spirits, which you do not have the ability for.
Wait, Quicksilver? It says it's used as a drug.
Yeah, it's also for that. Yes.
It's a mild poison and addictive drug.
Yes, that's the other thing, which is
We're
okay.
not playing optimized characters here, Adam.
Yeah.
Come on.
Okay. All right. I was just making sure.
If she wants
It's
You
not
bought
supposed
the
to be
magic
bad.
drugs not because of the magic, but because they're drugs.
Yes, I didn't buy them because of magic. I
Sure.
bought them because they're drugs.
You're right. You're like you're a jet enthusiast, not a proficient user.
Does nobody in the party have any armor?
That
I have
doesn't
light
sound-
armor.
I have
Oh.
elaborate clothes.
Nice. So you're the tank because you have light armor and nobody else has any.
Just don't get
I'm
hit.
down with that. I like the idea of a rogue tank berserker.
That's legit.
Yeah. Yeah. I dig it. Okay, cool. So for hit points, you roll a d6 and you add whatever your current constitution bonus. If you haven't done that already, go ahead.
Wait, you had the bonus, not the score.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, God damn it.
Oh, nice.
Con,
Ooh,
like the number,
yeah,
yeah.
thanks.
Well, I guess that means I got 3 hit points.
Okay. Now for hit points, these will fluctuate wildly. So you're gonna re-roll them when you rest and consume rations. So if you want to, you can re-roll your hit points, and if you're tended to by a healer, you roll an extra die and then keep the number. So your hit points will fluctuate. This is just how hard you are to kill today.
Okay.
Cool. Okay, and that is character creation. See how quick that was?
That was nice.
Yeah. So I think the only real thing that we need to kind of like square away is like where you're at and what you're doing and why is all this happening. So I think if we're gonna go with the more like silly route, I've been feeling not so much the kind of like terrestrial fantasy, not like the you're in the kingdom of Forthrog and the king has given you a that's a board. I don't want that. So what I was thinking, and you can help me flesh this out a little bit, I was thinking about the theme for Roll20Con, all this beachy stuff and whatever. And I was thinking it'd be really fun if the group of you were from a plane of like eternal shadow, somewhere just like kind of grim and gloomy. But for whatever reason, you joined like an expedition or like a tour group to a place of sunshine and paradise. This like really nice, like fancy.
No one's gonna be wearing socks.
This fancy place, and then
no, with sandals.
Right. 40-year-old dads are going to
right. That's what I'm saying. Socks with sandals. That's a thing. Definitely.
Okay.
So you come from the ever gloom plane of darkness and sadness, and then you're on like a tour or a vacation or whatever to the like Garden of Light, this nice like place with the sun where it's always temperate and lovely, and there's like beaches, and it's like basically a travel destination plane. But then your tour group left, and now you're stuck here, and you're getting a bad sunburn, and you're a bunch of goths from the goth planet, and this is not an okay place for you to be anymore, and you need to find your way home to the Shadowlands. However, because you're a bunch of stealers, you're a bunch of nasty thieves, you've discovered that there's like a museum in this place, like a tourist museum, and they have recently opened an exhibition for a particularly like fancy, like a orb of light, some kind of like expensive relic. Now, if you could get that home back to the shadow plane, you could make some fat bank off of selling that thing, because there's no sunlight there, and there's a vitamin D deficiency, and people are sad all the time. And if you could bring the little glowy sun thing back to planet Goth, then everyone would probably just like, be happy about that. They'd mope like a little less heartily. So I was thinking that might be like a good situation that you're in, and you can elaborate or whatever on that, but I feel like that's kind of what I was inspired by this morning. I was like, yeah, this seems like a thing.
Okay,
Sweet.
So my character's elaborate clothes are totally unsuited to this climate.
Yeah.
And he's wearing, I think that he's one of those, he's Damien from Dream Daddy.
Okay.
So
Sure.
he's wearing like a cape and a very Victorian like era like vest and I don't know, whatever Damien wore in Dream Daddy. He's got like long black hair and a very pale complexion, and I think when we start, he's trying to find a hat that isn't made out of like beachy straw material.
Yeah.
And so he's scoffing at everything and throwing it around and just like sweating but refusing to admit that he's like uncomfortable because he looks so good. But trying to find a hat that goes with his aesthetic.
Cool. Yeah, good. I like it. Good luck with that.
Thank you.
And since Jofa got to this world of sunshine, she has been robbing travelers of orange juice because that is her attempt to deal with the vitamin D deficiency. So she's been doing that for a couple of days, and she only just realized that fresh squeezed orange juice goes bad real fast. So like all of her thievery was for nothing.
Yeah.
And she's real upset about it now. She's like throwing juice boxes at the ground in
Just
spite.
a trail of wasted Capri Sun packs just laying in your path. No wonder she's so angry. No wonder.
I think in my mind we're on one of those boardwalks where they have all those little shops everywhere.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Like you've just now realized that the tour group has left for your home planet, you've been abandoned here.
I was too busy shopping.
There's this beautiful white sand beach with umbrellas and like, a beholder telekinetically applying sunscreen to its carapace. There's like a group of drow trying not to like shrivel up, hiding under an umbrella. And the group of you are out on this boardwalk outside the museum. There's like hotels and stuff around. But Dave, can you describe your character for us?
Yeah, so as a cleric of Splufk, the Inexplicable, he and coming from the goth plane, he's got like very dark robes on. I think the tabard of Splufk is like pure white over the black robes, and it just has a black question mark on it.
So the problem with this garb, and you've been having this problem the entire time you've been on vacation, is that adventurers keep coming up to you expectantly, asking you like what they can do for you. You just keep having these like adventurers come and be like, well, somebody brought you a package of 10 pelts for some reason and left it outside your hotel room.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I just take them, and I just send people off to do stuff.
Okay.
Find more mysteries.
Tell them to get me a hat, wide brimmed, black, all black. Can you tell one of them? Give me a hat. Is
your guide, his brother Lek, dressed the same way?
I don't actually have a brother.
No, not you.
Oh.
No, that's my NPC.
Oh, yeah. Your brother Lek is
brother
your
Lek, not your brother, Lek.
Oh,
yes.
right. Sorry.
I mean, maybe he's your brother, but is Dave's character's follower. I don't care about that, but.
Let's say yes. He's dressed the same way, but his robes are less nice because he's a lowly acolyte, and I'm a canon, like with one N.
Yes, yeah.
I'm not actually playing as a canon.
If you wanted to play a canon. Oh, are you? I mean, is everybody I guess this is another question. Is everyone human so far, or whatever the human equivalent on planet Goth is? Like quarter vampires?
Yeah, quarter vampire.
Quarter vampire.
Okay, good.
I'm a goblin. I want to be a goblin.
You're a goblin? Okay.
I like it.
Excellent. Okay. I like how in a single phrase my envisioning of the character is completely changed. Okay.
Yeah, it went poof.
Yeah.
Like
It went like down like 5 feet.
yes.
Yeah. So what do goblins from the plane of gloomy darkness look like? What is their countenance?
Well, they've got the ears, because across the planes, like, classifications still sort of work. There are fantasy planes within the multiverse, and people decided that they look like goblins from this plane, so they're still like that. They don't have any of the like red eyes or the pointy teeth or anything. They're just like really short. They got these really big ears, and
So has it ever come up between you and Castor that the Goblin King looks like a human and not a goblin at all?
Yes. Because in my view, it's kind of like appropriative, because we are absolutely known. We're known for our pop music, and like,
Yeah.
The Goblin King's a filthy cultural appropriator. He calls himself the Goblin King, but he's clearly a human. Look at him. Wow.
And goblins absolutely don't adhere to such ridiculous and outdated things as monarchies. We're free thinking and progressive.
Right.
So
Totally.
we wouldn't even have a king if we had one, which we don't.
Perfect. Okay, good. I like it. Yeah, that's great.
And I definitely I think that I'm really racist, and I just kind of like nod at you when you go on this tangent about the Goblin King, and I'm just like,
He's not appropriating the goblins' culture. He's appreciating it. Okay.
Yeah,
he's a cultural
exactly.
It's
appreciator.
just one of the great mysteries of the cult of Splurf being inexplicable. Why are people how they are?
Why are people-
Why are you
How
like
they
this? A great and sacred question.
Okay, cool.
I dig it.
What about our last rogue?
The last
Yeah.
one. So Ghost is a very tiny almost like half person, half like rat person, like has creepy little rat feet, and like fingers that are like too long with nails that are really long and pointy, but like a pretty humanoid face, and big.
That's terrifying.
Big ears.
There's something more like it's like, oh, like a cute little rat. And you're like no, but like just a regular human face on a rat, basically.
Yeah. And, wears
a flat human face on a rat's body.
Yeah, normal, like almost like childlike, like very, very like.
This is really creepy. You're creeping me out right now.
Yeah, good. We're from Goth Plane.
Chubby little baby face on a rat.
Us quarter vampires are really creeped out by your like quarter human, 3/4.
Like, and they have a really fun time like touching all your lace.
Duh.
Just to be a bother. But wears a lot of like wrapped cloaks and stuff like that. So it's not like a shirt, it's not like pants, it's just a lot of fabric that's figured itself out around their body.
Cool.
And they like to they don't like the sun, obviously, and stay a lot under the awnings. But one of the reasons that everyone got held up was because they were having their name written on a piece of rice to put in a little necklace.
Right, of course. Sure. Yeah. Okay,
cool.
Fantastic. So I think
can we get like the names of people like changed on the Roll20s?
Yeah, we've got lots of, because we're not going to use like tokens or like map stuff, so I can just write it down.
Let me fix that.
Too. Here,
I keep forgetting your names. So
I fixed mine.
Jaffa, and I don't remember. Dave, what's your character's name?
I'm typing. Hold on.
Okay.
There we go.
Ghost, the horrifying rat baby creature.
Go.
Roll.
All right.
Okay, cool.
Just draw a rat baby. I'll get my tablet over here.
All right, got it.
Okay, cool. So yeah, when we start, we're on the boardwalk. We've lost our party. I'm trying to convince Rolf that they should send one of the adventurers to get me a hat because I can't find any. And you're getting your name engraved on a piece of rice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They write it so small.
Jaffa.
Yes.
I just want you next to me because these two small things are creeping me out.
They are very creepy. So I will hang out and like stand next to you, but standing next to me is kind of dangerous right now because I've still got like I'm on to my next basket of things that I stole, and it's just like a whole basket of oranges, and I'm mad at the oranges too. So I'm just like throwing those at the ground now, and there might be some Jason Lattering.
Oh dear. Okay. All right. Well, we should wait. Where did all those other things go?
What other things?
The posse, our posse. Where did they go?
Yeah, you're standing in the meeting place, and there is still even a sign written in the black drippy letters of whatever language you speak on your plane that says like meet here, Goth World Tour Group, meet here. But they're gone. The magical tour bus has gone on its way. There's a big empty spot. You can still see the like fuel like stains on the floor. But they've
I thought they were supposed to wait for us.
Well, with a lack of an immediate explanation apparent to us in this exact situation, it is up to me to deem this one of the great mysteries perpetrated by Splorf the Inexplicable.
Yes, that's nice.
No one shall ever know.
I would like to personally know because this place is horrible. Why did we come here? I don't remember. Anyway.
I don't remember either. This is the worst. I was coming here. I thought that they would have things that would be worth stealing, and then I stole these things, and these things are worthless.
Money is why we came here. I remember now.
Yeah. Now, did you as a group, did you come here under like false pretenses, right? That you were like, yes, I'll go on this tour, but really you're here to steal the.
Absolutely.
That's my yes. For me, yes.
Okay.
I wanted to go to the museum because museums are sources of great power for my god.
Ghost had a coupon.
Yeah.
Yeah, Celestial Groupon. It was half price if you convinced 4 of your friends to go along.
Cool.
Friends is such a strong word.
Honestly, like I'm assuming Joffa.
Yeah.
Joffa. I do that all the time in character.
Right, yeah. Joffrey? Jeff.
We were probably standing around trying to figure out how to get into the tour group surreptitiously, and then you showed up, Ghost, and you're like, I have a coupon. We're like, there you go.
Buy 1, get 3 free.
I'm used to being the muscle to Caster's smarts. Like I'm sneaky, but I have to have someone tell me where to go. So I just do what Caster tells me to do, and the whole orange stealing thing was my own idea. So let that be an example.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna call it out earlier, but technically vitamin C is in oranges, and it's,
I know. Jack called me out on that, and I'm just gonna chalk that up to Joffa not knowing.
Okay.
Right, I imagine Joffa sitting in a doctor's office, and the doctor's like, "You have vitamin D deficiency," and you're like, "But I eat so many lemons." Like, I just can't stop eating these lemons.
That's probably that is literally what motivated her to come on this trip. Her doctor told her that she has a vitamin deficiency, and so she was like, "You know where they have those."
Jeffrey, you should, instead of these very splatty, mushy things, you should get socks.
Socks.
Yes.
Steel socks.
Yes. And can I look around the place where we are and see if there's any like tourist toe socks or something around? Like
yeah, let me roll. I'll roll the die of fate and we'll see. Okay. All right. So there are merchants up and down the boulevard. Everything here is like polished to a shine to reflect the like 6 orbital sun objects over the beach.
6?
Yeah, there's 6 because I don't know.
Geez.
Why not?
Too many suns.
Yeah.
I didn't know that before we came here.
That's why this was a coupon.
Yeah, there used to be 7, but the 7th one went off on somewhere else. It left. But yeah, there's this celestial ballet of horrible burning objects, and everything here is meant to kind of like play that up. So it's warm and nice, and there's lots of smiling suns painted on things. And you see nearby there is a vendor's stall. Sitting open, and on the front of it, there's a big display of souvenir footwear, mostly sandals, but there are some stockings, and you see them kind of at a distance, and it looks to you like the vendor's cart is unoccupied. It doesn't seem, you can't see the owner around anywhere.
I point to Jolene and I tell them that there, go get all of those for me. And I just point vaguely in the direction of the thing.
And she's just gonna walk over and start pulling socks off this unattended cart. Yoink, yoink, yoink. Give me them socks.
Okay. So you just walk over and start like putting them into your pouches or whatever, into your bag?
Yeah, with the oranges. Like there's oranges and socks.
Great.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Good. You could put the oranges into the socks, and then you have an improvised weapon.
I do.
So you start doing that. It'll take you a minute to jam all these socks into your bag. While that's happening, Ghost and Rolf, what are you doing?
Well, I've bothered them enough. What should we try to find a bus schedule? Do you think another one is coming?
I do not believe that if we were meant to know the answer to this, I ought help you in this endeavor. If you wish to search for answers, this is a blasphemy against my Lord and Savior. As such, I will be looking for something else to do, entirely unrelated to the task at hand.
Brother Lek, as usual, is nodding and like humming and making noises of agreement at everything that that Rolf says.
And I've just realized that because Brother Lek has a knife and a lantern, he is now Tombury. So
Okay, perfect. All right, good. So he's not a human. He's a small kind of turtle creature.
yeah, little green, yellow eyes. Yep.
Okay, good.
I don't know why he's got rope. That scares me a lot.
All right, small green turtle person.
Yeah.
Excellent. Good to know.
Well, I mean, Ghost wants to. I mean, that was completely unhelpful, and would like to figure out. Is there an information center?
Yeah, totally. There would be like a tourist, like a tourist visitor center somewhere. I think the native inhabitants of this plane are a perpetually helpful, smiling, gentle people. They're basically like light elementals. So imagine a kind of cloud of light, vaguely in the shape of a person, but with like a Hawaiian shirt and some like khaki shorts and sandals on, and they're just walking up and down the boulevard, happy to help. And one of these kiosks nearby, there's a big stone structure that says in many languages above it, it says, "Welcome to the Garden of Light, Tourist Information Center." And you can see one of these little sun creatures sitting in the in the.
Do they have one of the big like wooden things full of brochures?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I take
but
one of
because
all-
but
each
yeah,
of
but
them,
because this
one
is
of each
because
of
this is it's technically still like a medieval fantasy. They're all written on like tablets instead.
Yeah, one of each of them.
Okay.
All of them like coming out of the pockets about the whale watch tours and the haunted whatever. And then go skitters away.
Okay. Yeah, before the attendant has an opportunity to say anything to you, like, "Oh, well, if you're interested," and then you just like scamper off.
Yes.
Yeah.
Big arms full of tablets, runs back, and then just dumps them at the feet of Blue Jay. I forgot your name already. Caster.
You can
Just dumps all of them.
yeah, you can remember Blue Jay's character's name because he has magic. He's a caster.
Yeah, I'm a caster.
That's an
So
oil.
like I just the
Oily too.
clattering of a bunch of tablets like hits the ground near my feet, and I do that like step back like daintily because I don't want you to scuff my shoes.
The tablet on top is advertising for some kind of like solar sailing tour where you can apparently see these very rare light whales that live in the upper atmosphere of this plane.
I kind of like disturb the pile with my feet, like just sort like looking kind of distractedly at them. Are there any that like catch my eye as like a money making pyramid scheme or like a
Hold on. Sounds like you need somebody who's proficient in deciphering things. That is my purview. I will help you in this task.
A mighty decipherer.
If
Okay.
you were meant to know, you wouldn't have needed me to go get them all.
I like this workshopping of the character voice.
Yeah. Lek looks over at you, Ralph, and he says, "Well, they've got you there, sir."
Yes. Why our doctrine is inherently bogged down by both ridiculousness and what's that word for when two things are both true at the same time, but they make each other untrue?
I think I knew it once, sir, but I have forgotten it.
Very good. It seems that you're learning well.
He nods his little green head, like, yes.
Well, would you like me to... What is it that you need from these tablets?
What? Sorry, I was distracted. Why are these here?
Information.
Ah, yes.
I don't need information, and I walk in a direction.
Okay, Caster scrambles off. So meanwhile, over at the festive footwear station, so you're grabbing up socks and jamming them into your bag when you feel but do not see a hand close around your wrist as you reach out for a sock. A disembodied voice comes from nearby and says, "Were you going to pay for those?"
And she looks confused because she can't figure out why something is holding her arm, and she goes, hearing things again, and just keeps like tries to pull against the arm to keep putting things into her bag.
Okay, so you want to try to pull away. Okay, let's have you make a strength roll to see if you can get free.
Okay.
And in the background, while you're struggling, you see we get a shot of the whole stand, which we haven't seen before. The name of the stand is Invisible Soccer, like SOCK, just ER. Yeah. Ooh. Okay. All right. So you can get away. You can like pull yourself free of the person whose hand is grabbing you. But I think in doing so, your bag comes loose and spills oranges and socks all onto the pavement, and a bunch of kind of passersby like stop to look like, oh, something's going on. Like, but you pull back and you've dropped all these things on the ground. What are you gonna do?
She's gonna be like, oh no, all my stuff, the invisible thing screwed up all of my things, and so she just like jumps down to the ground and starts scrabbling them back up like, hey Castor, I got them, but they're all over the place now.
I was probably heading like a little bit away because I forgot that I told you to do something. But like at your voice calling my beautiful name, I turn around and I say, what? Oh, right. Ugh, never send anyone else to do something. And I like shake my head and go over to where you're obviously incapable.
Okay, so you walk over, and when you get there, you hear Jofa being admonished by this invisible shopkeep, who is saying like, you have to pay for those socks. I've only a limited supply of them, and I can't just be giving them away. This isn't a charity, you know.
Oh, I am so sorry, my friend, my young sibling, Julia here. She's soft in the head, and so I poke your head, and
you hear the voice be like, you hear snapping, you're like, hey, my eyes are over here.
When you poke my head, by the way, you hear like one of those hollow knocking sounds.
Great. Sorry.
Where is this? Is this a person? Is this a thing? This is Jofa asking. Is there someone here? She starts like.
It's not on your head this time, dear. It's fine.
Okay.
Sorry. Make yourself known.
I'm standing right in front of. Oh. Listen, I'm trying to run a business here. I'm selling festive footwear. I can't have you stealing my supply. Now, if you're going to pay. If not, put those back.
Jenna here wasn't stealing. She was just admiring how they looked with her orange globes. You see, she's very keyed into the local aesthetic.
Yes. It's very, very, very pretty. Where is this person? She's poking the air.
Looking around, yeah.
She's not just looking, she's poking.
Like
she's
physically
trying to find.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sure. So you're kind of waving your arms around, trying to get a hold of this person, but they're obviously like avoiding being poked. I mean, if you'd like to attempt to try to like bamboozle this person, you're still not offering to pay for them, so it's going to be very difficult to get away.
I think I'm going to. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to like talking the whole time, like go deeper into the like offerings. Cause I guess these socks were probably on display like in the front or whatever, but like go through and like talking the whole time, like admonishing, like, oh yes, look at this, blah, 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 blah. And like, while I'm going around and talking, I'm like slipping like different sock like things into my cape. So I'm going to try and be a little stealthy.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to try to steal from this person, okay?
Yeah.
Are you making it clear to Jofa that you're doing this, or
no? I'm not at all. I don't care about Jofa. Josephine.
Okay. So Jofa, what do you do when you see this like happening? Are you used to your companions just randomly stealing things from carts, or is this like new information to you?
Definitely used to all of us stealing things. In fact, I feel like that's pretty much our MO.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna lean over to Castor and whisper, "Do you think invisible people have invisible blood?"
No such thing, silly.
Well, someone is talking and they say they're here.
I'm sure they're just very small. Look closer.
Okay, so do you want to
and
make an attempt to steal some socks and during this chaotic interchange? Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, let's have you roll.
Okay,
You can roll
so
plus
what do I roll?
roll plus your dexterity.
Get an 11.
Okay. All right. So yes, you do. You managed to steal. Roll a d6.
Okay.
Okay. Good. You get 2 socks.
Two
You can add
socks.
2 socks to your inventory.
Putting it down.
Good. Okay. So we
You're
see your
very
hand. We see your hand snake out and grab a pair of official Acererak socks of annihilation, and you like slip them into your bag. And the problem is you put them on your feet, and your feet just disappear forever. Yeah, you slip these socks into your bag, and he doesn't notice. While that's happening, Joffa, what are you doing? Are you just like running? Are you looking for the person? Are you running like a distraction game? What's your jam here?
I mean, I guess I am running a distraction game, but not intentionally.
Okay.
Because I think that Castor's instructions to me to like look for the tiny person have led to Joffa now getting on her hands and knees and still like poking and like feeling around, which is I would imagine is fairly distracting to the shopkeeper, especially if they don't want to just get randomly groped at the ankle.
Yeah, so they're trying to avoid you, I think that let's have you roll. Let's have you roll with charisma just to see how like obnoxious you are. Okay, all right. So partway through, I think this sort of like you're able to distract them enough that they don't notice Castor stealing the stuff, but you feel an invisible broom like swat you on the butt, and you hear the sound of like the person saying like, "All right, that's enough. Get out of here. Go on. We're not gonna buy anything." And like they just kind of like swat you away from the stall and try to like drive the two of you off.
I am so sorry for my soft-headed little nincompoop. I will make sure that she doesn't disturb you again. And I'm like looking around and then just like imperious like bow, and then like I just like back up and leave.
Excellent.
I think we could have gotten more socks, and I grumble that, but I follow, and I'm like, I'm going to figure out whether invisible people have invisible blood.
I just imagine like one of these people, like an invisible stalker, getting stabbed and like lying bleeding in the street, and no one can find them to help them. Like, I'm dying. Hell, why won't anyone stop to help me?
That's the whole point. Why even bother stealing from them if you can just eliminate them and take everything?
Adam. That's why they draw the chalk outlines around the corpses.
Right, of course. That's what that is. The chalk outline is you don't actually step on the dead invisible stalker. You step over. Got it. Perfect. Excellent. All right, so meanwhile, while they're stealing some socks for the I assume the later use of the socks to silver ritual. What are Rolf and Ghost up to? There's a pile of tablets, promotional tablets, lying on the floor. You are standing on the promenade. There are various like signs leading to the beach that point in all directions. And in the background of the shot, we have the big glass and white marble structure of the Museum of the Garden of Light, wherein the sun sphere is being kept. What are the two of you gonna do?
You can go first.
Okay. Well, as part of my mission to this plane, I'm here to collect things that people don't understand, or tales of things people don't understand. So I'm going to look for the most questionable, I suppose, activity, which is probably going to be the museum. to look at a shining light object in a land made of completely shining lights. So I'm gonna go through these flyers and work out my next course of action.
Okay.
And Ghost is looking for a bus schedule back to Goth Planet.
Excellent. Okay. All right. So let's have both of you roll. I think this is a decipher. If you have the decipher skill, it applies here. But let's have you both dig through the pile. You can use your intelligence for this roll, and we'll see what you can come up with.
Well, I don't fail because I cannot fail.
Yeah, you just get a really, really marginal, like minimal success. So
The best kind of success for Splovk.
That's right. You get only the least possible amount of information, which is to say, directions to the museum. So
which I can already see.
Yes, yeah. This way, you will definitely not get lost. It is a direction to the museum. There is also a coupon for the museum gift shop for 10% off purchases of 100 silver or more.
Okay, I give it to Brother Lek to hold on to because I will lose it.
Excellent. He takes it and puts it in his pack. Meanwhile, you are also a ghost searching through. I think that you find that there is indeed a pamphlet, a much misused, like it's dusty and seems quite old pamphlet. And it is for a tour bus going the other direction. So it's tours to the Heart of Gloom. And of course, very few people want to take this tour because who wouldn't want to stay in this paradise forever? But yeah, so there is another bus coming. Unfortunately, the bus is only able to come during an eclipse. So that's what it says. It says that there is a bus that comes.
Eclipse of 6 suns?
Yes, yeah. They all have to line up, and then there has to be it's a significant
Well, now I have
event.
to go find a calendar. All right.
Yes.
I'll go try to find my other rapscallions.
Okay.
I think that we're probably heading back to where you guys are carrying. Well, did you leave your basket with the oranges and the socks? Like, did you leave it there? Do you still because
You did get shooed away.
you're muted.
Sorry, there was a garbage truck going behind me, and I figured I could spare you all the pain.
Thank you.
But yeah, I think, Adam, I got basically shooed away from being able to reclaim any of those, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't get any socks.
You can feel already, even though you're only a few moments away, you can feel your body going through that horrible vitamin D withdrawal because you don't have your oranges. you can feel it.
Yes. If only I had oranges.
If only you had those
Oh my
oranges.
good vitamin D.
Yeah, you're already starting to feel the effects.
Yeah. So yeah, I got chased away with nothing to show for it, but a bruised bottom because they smacked me on the butt with a broom. And
Okay, so yeah, we're returning to the group and
on our way back.
yeah, and I think I get distracted right before I get to you guys. There's a stall selling that volcanic black water. And I'm just like, this is the most goth water I have ever seen. I need all of them, and I don't have any money, so I'm just gushing to the I'm just talking about it probably to myself if there's no one there, and just gathering a few into my hands and just being like, oh my gosh, look at this black water.
Yeah, is this stall actually attended?
Yeah. This one has a some kind of a rock gnome. And he's made out of obsidian and igneous rock, and and he's sitting reading a magazine. He looks up at you and goes back to reading his copy of enormous gnome butts.
Do you have any samples? And I'm doing that thing where people who are I'm talking really loudly as though he can't understand me. Do you have samples of this?
And he looks at it and he says, "No free samples of anything." He scowls at you.
I'm so sorry. I don't understand whatever language it is you're speaking.
And he says,
Did you say that they're all free? Oh, thank
he
you.
points at a sign that shows all the prices. He says, silver.
Oh, I like silver too. Do you have any?
He just stares at you like you're awful and I hate my life. And I wish I could go back under the earth where all the other rock gnomes live.
Well, this has been grand. And I like take 2 of the bottles and I just like turn around like
It's like, hey, you can't just take that. You have to pay for it. Don't they have money where you're from?
Wait, sorry, what? Do you not know who I am?
Like looks you up and down. Some kind of a zombie or something?
No, I am caster of the casters, and I am.
Wait, hold the fucking phone. Does everyone in your family just have the same name? Is that?
Yes.
It's very
Yes.
uncreative.
Caster.
Right. Good. Okay.
Yes. And I am a very well-known alchemist from the Goth plane. I'm sure you've heard of me. So these are obviously for me, you know, the black. So thank you for preparing this lovely, delightful beverage.
Make a charisma roll.
Okay. 8.
Okay. Yeah, the gnome, he shakes his head and he's like, no. Listen, the best I can do is a discount. You can't have the samples. You can't have it for free. You can't just walk away with my merchandise. I need to make a living. I have children, you know, little nuggets down below. I need to keep them fed. You can't
And I look down like at his like lower body and I'm like, I don't need to know about your nuggets.
Yeah, and he's just sitting there. He's got this magazine open, and literally the cover is just like 2 round rocks next to each other that have been like polished, really shiny. And yeah, it just says like gigantic gnome butts on it. And he's like, just stares at you like, what? You have a problem?
You said discount.
He nods. He says, yes, you can have those 3, the ones you're like holding, for 10 silver. Usually it's 15. I give you a free one.
How about? And I look at him and I like lean in a little bit and I'm like, how about? And I like take from my like front like cloak pocket a little like thing of Quicksilver and I'm like, you and I have a little, and then I just go with my.
But how about drugs?
Yeah.
I mean, okay. You want it? That's worth 10 silver.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just like, how about instead drugs?
He looks around, and he shakes his head, and he's like, "You can't just go flashing that stuff around. It's illegal here, you know."
Mm-hmm. I am caster of the casters.
You're not. And he points. He's like, "You're not a paladin. You'd have to tell me if you were a paladin."
No, I'm what? No.
Those are the rules. You have to. My cousin said.
I'm not a. Do I look like a paladin?
I don't know. I don't know what a paladin looks like. You could be undercover.
I'm not one of those things.
And he says, "Fine, give me the Quicksilver."
Here you are.
Okay.
And I take the thing.
Yeah, you both do the like, it's mine now.
Yeah.
Tucks it into his clothes. He's like, fine. But we never had this conversation.
I don't even know who you are.
Good. Me neither.
You don't wait. Actually, I did say the word. All right. Well.
So meanwhile,
your
while
nuggets.
Castor is making illicit deals, you can write down 3 vials of volcano water. On your character sheet.
Cool.
What's everybody else up to now that you've got some understanding of how to get out of here, even though you might have to wait?
Jofa does not have an understanding of how to get out of here yet because she was over there getting smacked by a
Jofa returns.
Yeah, so Jofa like is not interested in this whole volcanic water thing that's going on, so she just heads right back to the horrifying rat baby.
And
And
Ghost like grabs you by the collar and says, "I need a calendar."
what, a calendar? Okay. She looks around to see if there's a shop she can steal a calendar from.
Not a lot of calendar stores because it's always summer here.
I get back hugging my volcanic water and I ask Rolf, I'm like, do you know what a paladin is?
I do. But if you were meant to know, you already knew that.
What do you even need a calendar for, Ghost?
Or an astronomer.
An astronomer? What does that look like?
I'm an astronomer, I declare out of nowhere.
I like how Caster's like, no one has paid attention to me in 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Were we talking about me? No, we are now.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Or a sun knower.
That's not a thing.
Well, the next bus is whenever all of those suns get in the way of each other, and I don't know that much math.
If it's knowledge that you're looking for, I unfortunately would be able to get it for you. However, you would have to do something for me. My order first.
Like, get you back to the
No.
place we have to go.
I am meant to be here, probably. In fact, I found a great opportunity to make use of all 3 of your skills. Yes.
I have more than 3 skills.
Yes.
I have at least 4 skills, I'll have you know.
It's all right, Josephine.
Well, together, hopefully you will be able to, with me, to steal an entirely inexplicably valuable in this economy's item, which is made superfluous by the nature
I
of the plane.
stopped
it
listening
exists.
about 5 words, so just get to the point, please.
Yes. Well, it would make us a lot of silver.
Ah, there you are. To the point.
Silver I like. Silver's good. Keep going with the silver thing. Chop chop.
As
There's
long
a
as
museum. I have ascertained directions to it at great personal cost to my own sanity. It is over there. I just point to it.
Okay, I can follow those directions. Let's go.
Okay. So you wanna head out to the
Wait,
museum?
is there a
and-
calendar? This music is that?
I mean, there could very well be.
I open some of my
could be.
volcano water and
Okay.
start and drink it, and it just tastes like water. I'm amazed.
Yeah, water and like
just like
charcoal.
a hint of dirt.
Yeah,
Do you
right.
start lecturing us about how this is actually the best water that you've ever tasted, and there's just
Yes.
something about it
Yes.
feels more pure.
Fantastic. I like it. Okay, cool. So you head off in the direction of the museum in search of either or both of a calendar and one of these mysterious sunstones, which Dave's character Rolf pointed out. Yes, it's strange that it's of such value in this economy, but hey, here we are. It's a magic item. So we're gonna take a short break here, because we're about midway through. So we'll take our short break here, and then we'll come back and we will keep playing. I added that awesome drawing you did of Ghost to the.
Thank you.
It's so cute. It's on the sheet now. So thank you for that. While we're away, feel free to check out. So we're doing the Roll20Con not just because it's fun and awesome, but in support of Take This, which is a charity that operates AFK spaces at cons. It's super cool. Check it out. Going into part 2 of our Roll20Con World of Dungeons one shot. Welcome back, everybody. Let's do the thing. I noticed that over the break, the art got better. There's even more of it. Someone drew an angry Yoda on there, which is fun. I like that.
Our very good goblin.
Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I
who's
like it.
gone?
Oh, you should get like a Pope hat or something.
There it is.
Yes.
Perfect. Looks great. We got a shadowy Cyclops. We got a Yoda, and then a snooty person in a hat. It's an aspirational
hat.
hat.
It's not a shadowy Cyclops. It was supposed to be the hat like from the behind. See their shadows.
Oh.
It definitely looks like a Cyclops crying shadow tears.
No, it was supposed to. It was not okay. I'm a bad arter. I'm a bad
yeah.
arter.
I see that now.
I'm sorry.
It's like a Cyclops, except that entire head is the eye.
No, it was a hat.
Sweet.
I get it now.
Yeah, I see it now. I see it. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to pretend that I have the art skills to create a mouse-ified version of my character. So Maybe she is also invisible.
Yeah, anyone who has ever watched me try to draw anything with my mouse for any role-playing show I'm not good at it.
I mean, I drew a pretty good palm tree.
It's a pretty good palm
That
tree.
is a good
It's a
palm
nice
tree.
palm tree. Good stuff. We're not playing World of Dungeons anymore. We're playing whatever that Jackbox game where you,
Pictionary.
yeah,
Oh.
exactly. It looks like
Okay,
is it a
all right,
jackal
let's
or
go into
okay.
this museum.
So we fade back in on the group of you standing on the walkway leading up to the very crowded. Like I'm thinking like, you know, like the Louvre, like in terms of like there's a big glass structure kind of in the middle of this enormous plaza with cafes and shops all around it and tourists and vendors all around kind of filling the area. And the building itself advertises there's a big sign that says like come and see the glorious sunstone, and describes it as being a shard of pure light and a gift from the heavens, and basically just advertises it as this like amazing beautiful thing to come and look at.
And
You know, I know several Heavenses, and they've never given very good gifts, so I don't know.
no, this is perfect. This is beautiful. We don't need oranges. We don't need orange juice. We need this sun.
Well, and that's
Bring it
the
with
thing.
us.
Yeah, that's the thing, Joe. If you look up at it, and the artist rendition of the sun sphere looks like the biggest, most beautiful orange you've ever seen in your life. Like it's just
looks
it's
delicious.
glorious. You can just imagine tearing open the rind and like the sweet tart flesh within. Yeah, it's pretty. It's
Oh,
pretty
thank
good.
you.
Yeah.
Can I have some little vampire teeth? too?
Yeah.
Yes, you are a quarter vampire.
Yeah.
I am a quarter vampire.
If you're a quarter vampire, do you only have one vampire tooth?
This is a Capri Sun for you.
Actually, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with having just one little tiny vampire
No,
tooth.
what it means is that Wesley Snipes is your dad, is what that means. I think that's if you're a quarter vampire.
That
Wesley,
changes how I view my character.
Wesley
entirely.
Snipes is your dad.
Isn't
Yeah, actually, he's everyone's dad.
Yeah.
Right. You're
if
all
you're a quarter vampire, it's because Wesley Snipes is your dad.
right. Exactly. Perfect. I love it. Okay, so you're standing in the plaza of this this enormous, this beautiful sort of solarium museum structure, what do you want to do? What's the plan?
I don't want to wait in the queue.
Yeah, there's an enormous line of tourists like snaking out the front door.
I walk all the way up to the front and probably like do a little like against somebody, and I say, "Excuse me," very loudly, and I announce that I, caster of the casters, am here for my appointment for my private viewing of the Sunstone. I've come very far, and I'm just gonna make a
there is a golem up front by the door taking tickets. Enormous thing, like 10 feet tall and 6 feet wide at the shoulders, made out of solid gold with diamonds for a face, and it puts a enormous heavy hand on your entire body basically, and moves you out of the line and says,
Excuse me.
back of the line.
No, I demand to speak to your manager.
Back of the line, and just kind of shoves you.
I talked to your supervisor, and they gave me an appointment.
The person you were trying to budge in front of nervously says, it's a dwarven, it's like a half dwarf, half possum.
Okay.
And she has her little like babies hanging off the front of her, like in her beard. And she
Oh,
she
that's
looks
amazing.
she looks up at you through her furry face, and she says, "We've been waiting in line all day. You heard what the robot man said. Go to the bag."
Well, you're not important, you see. So
I never.
So, Joph is watching this exchange, and she's like, doesn't seem to be going anywhere. So she just like shuffles a few steps to the right and can I find like a stall that is not being actively watched right now?
Yeah, I mean, this place is really busy, so there's the effectiveness is that there's the crowd everywhere. That's helpful, but also there's like people everywhere, so it's hard to remain totally unseen.
So I have 4 torches. I'm gonna just like light one on fire, light a stall on fire.
Okay.
Create a distraction so that everyone stops waiting in line and goes, "Oh no, a fire!"
Okay. Yeah, I like it. It's risky, but it works. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So I think first though you need to get up there and like light the torch so someone doesn't notice you and try to stop you from doing it.
I'm ready. I'm ready with all my skills.
Okay. All right. Let's have you make a stealthy sneaking type of a roll.
Okay, how do I
use your
roll?
dexterity?
How
So
do I
if you have
okay.
the skill, you don't have to roll it any differently. If you have stealth, all you have to do is just make the dexterity roll, and if you get a 6 or lower, like with Rolf on his last one, if you get a 6 or lower, it's you succeed, but at some like significant cost.
Gotcha. Okay.
Wait.
How is that even possible? Do you have +2 in your field instead of just 2?
Oh, you just have to put 2.
Oh, yes. My bad.
Yeah.
What was it looks like the original roll was a 7. So do you want me to roll it again, or do you want me to just be like it's a 9?
It would be a 9.
Yeah, it'd be a 9.
It
So
would
that's
be a
okay.
9.
Yeah, it would have been a 9. It's fine. Okay. So I think that you can approach the stall unnoticed, but the stall is not unoccupied. There is somebody near it. It appears to be some kind of giant turkey, and this giant turkey is currently stalking the stall with its wares, handcrafted feather jewelry. And so it's got a little pile of these feathers and is like picking them up with its little beard or its little beak and putting them on the stall. So it doesn't notice you sneak up, but there is someone right nearby. It's not an unoccupied stall.
Okay. Well, since she didn't get noticed sneaking up, she's just gonna look left, look right. Okay, nobody saw me. Fire. How that goes.
Light the torch. Okay, so mark off one of your torches.
Okay.
And how do you light it on fire? Do you just like throw it into the main part? Do you like light it underneath, or what's the
I think
approach?
so. Since this is a stall full of like feather things,
Mhm.
I assume that the feathers are fairly dry and make pretty good tinder. So she's just going to like quietly light the torch and then just hold it over there to see and like wait until it catches onto some of the feathers, and then she's going to shake it out and toss it.
Okay, sure. All right. So the stall begins to smolder, starting to catch fire, and before the fire ignites, Ghost, you noticed Jofa like sneak off. Did you follow her or did you stay behind? What do you think?
Ghost stayed behind.
Yeah, you just like watched and you don't let anybody know. Okay.
Gus knows better by now than to get involved in any plan that Jofa came up with.
Jofa comes back later. It's fine.
Okay. All right. So so Jofa, you ignite this stall, and I will see how effective this distraction is. Not very. Okay.
Oh,
so
shit.
it seems like this turkey merchant was not so well beloved, and so when it begins to squawk loudly, running back and forth, gobbling about the fire, its neighbors simply just like look the other way, like, oh, this is awkward, and then please don't look at me. I'm not going to help you. And so the guards at the museum don't get distracted by it. A couple of people like turn to look and maybe lose their space in line, but you will have to escalate the problem if you want to get any additional.
I will
attention.
escalate it.
You haven't noticed it yet. You just hear a noise. You're doing your own thing. You're getting finagled
fine.
by the door.
Can I use lucky in this instance, or is that only for my own failures?
Yeah, you could use lucky if you want me to reroll it.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so it turns, basically it'll turn, so what does lucky do? It's not a reroll though. It's like it turns a failure into a success.
Right.
Okay, yeah, so you didn't fail. It just isn't big enough yet. You'll have to do something else, and then if you fail that roll, then you
Okay. All right. So I am going to, since this isn't getting enough attention, and clearly the problem is that the neighbors don't care enough about this poor turkey merchant, which get better neighbors. She's just going to try to make the problem worse she's going to pretend that she's helping. She runs over and she's like, "Oh no, your stall is on fire. You have to like choke the flames." And she's going to push it to try and like knock it into somebody else's stall.
Okay, sure. So in an effort to make it look like you're helping, you're gonna try to push the stall over. Okay, let's have you roll your dexterity because there is a chance you're gonna get burned here. So let's see if you can manage that. Oh boy.
Well, that was okay. Luck.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Now you want to. Okay. All right. So this turns it into a mitigated success. So yeah, you have to be cautious so as not to burn yourself, but you do manage to kind of like push the stall. Instead of it falling onto another stall, though, it falls directly onto the turkey, who becomes a light.
I thought this was supposed to be a mixed success. I got a fire and a dinner.
Yeah, right. Well, the dinner comes later. That's why you have to wait. So the turkey, this enormous, like it's like a horse-sized turkey, is now on fire and is running around, squawking and shouting, "I'm on fire," but in like turkey language, which very few people speak. But it does get the attention of a group of traveling phoenix worshippers who see the turkey and immediately believe it to be a sign from their god. And they drop to their knees and begin praying to this burning turkey that's running around, which draws the attention of the people nearby because there's chanting and burning turkey now. And yeah, you've created something of a ruckus among the crowd. The golem by the front door is unflappable, but the very quickly the square erupts into chaos.
The turkey's going to be pretty unflappable.
Ghost would like to try and steal some tickets from.
Ah, excellent. Okay, good. Do you have a particular target in mind, or do you just want to like try to grab, reach into the pocket of someone nearby?
Yeah, maybe somebody with a family, so maybe they have 4 tickets.
The dwarf has several children.
Oh, kids get in. Kids get in free.
Oh, okay. Then
I'm a child.
Yes, but your
I'm a
character isn't.
child.
So
no. Yeah. So just somebody who looks pretty distracted.
okay, all right, sure.
I have awareness.
Oh
as a
yeah,
skill.
perfect. Yeah, make a wisdom check to find a mark. Okay, all right. So you would normally fail, but you are very aware. You're good at this. You pick out someone. Yeah, there is a nervous-looking water elemental nearby. You can tell because he's a puddle wearing a tie. And floating within him, you see a ticket to the museum, and the water elemental has turned his attention to this turkey, and you can see him like not sure if he should go over and look or stay in line. He's a very indecisive puddle. So
All right. Well, then I'll tinker. Is that a dex?
yes, yeah. So tinkering is for like picking
For picking a
pockets.
pocket.
Okay, reaching into a person's corpus and removing an object. Ooh, got a 12. Nice.
I would like to reach into this water man and take his water ticket.
Okay, so here's the thing: you reach in, and on a 12, you get something like additional. So you reach into him, and he's like looks around, like kind of like, what was that? He doesn't notice you, your little rat hands, and you grab the ticket and you yank it out, and when you do, there's like a popping sound, and he starts to deflate. You've broken the oily surface. There's no surface tension anymore, so he's just kind of like deflating onto the floor. And as he
can't get in trouble if your enemy is evaporated.
Exactly, yeah. And as he deflates, he makes some bubbling noises, and then all that is left is on the ground is a quickly evaporating puddle, and a soggy tie, and a little blue, like a lapis, like stone, just like lying there in the pool. Yeah, so you can grab that too.
I'm putting little lapis stone that was a man, water man, in my notes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Do you take his tie as well?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Maybe if I turn it into a sock, does it then count? Tie from a waterman.
Just sew the edges together and then put your foot in it.
Listen, just because you can put your foot in it does not make it a sock. Okay, it has to be.
If I wear it for a week, does it count?
I don't know. Ask Dobby. Dobby would know.
Yeah,
So article of clothing.
So you you have a tie, a water elemental salaryman's tie. You have the little lapis heart, and you have a ticket. You have one ticket into the museum.
Okay, so I have one ticket.
Yep.
And I can probably convince somebody that I'm a child.
Okay.
So that makes 2 tickets.
That's 2. Yeah. Yeah. You have to be accompanied by an adult.
Yeah, no unaccompanied minors. Okay, I feel like I have propelled us forward. I think the camera can go off me for a moment.
Sure. Yeah. So you're just like, I have these things. What do I do with them? Use ticket on guard. No. Use. Okay. All right. So while your companions are running around causing trouble and distracting people and stealing things and being obnoxious, Rolf, what are you doing? What's your plan?
I know that the quickest, most expedient path to lacking knowledge is to commit acts without forethought.
Right. I think that's Jofa's nickname, Axe Without Forethought.
Yeah. It's spelled axe, though.
Right,
like,
of course.
Yes.
And as such, the best thing to do in this situation is the thing that requires the least thought and the least complicated plan. So the Rockman is in the way, so we're going to kill the Rockman.
Perfect.
Walk in.
Good. Fantastic.
We're going to use violence on the Rockman.
All right. Good. Let's do that then.
Yes.
So how do you commit this violence upon the Rockman?
I shoot him with a gun.
All right, cool, good. So you draw your weapon. What does your gun look like?
It's just a tube. It's a black tube
Mm-hmm.
with a button on one end.
Mm-hmm.
And you just load things into the front and you just press the button. It's not like a gun, it's just a tube that shoots things.
Right, it's a thing launcher.
It's a thing launcher.
Okay, cool. What thing do you launch out of it?
Well, that's the beauty of the thing launcher. You don't know until it comes out.
Oh, you just pull the trigger and something is hurled at violent speed from the end of the gun. Okay.
Yes.
Fantastic. All right. Well, go ahead and roll to attack.
Okay.
So I think this is a dexterity roll.
Okay, I'm not very good at that, but that's fine. All right. Yeah, I got something.
Okay. All right. So you just draw out your mystery pistol and
Yes.
point it at the thing and pull the trigger. And this is a surprise as much to the golem as it is to your companions nearby. And
I'm still arguing with this golem, so
I feel like I need like a random table of everything, like just random objects. I wonder if such a thing exists. Give me a second to search the grand internet
Sneak
here.
attack damage.
yeah. So I'm definitely just like still arguing with this like gold statue thing, and it's just like, wait, go to the back of the line, and I'm like, I need to see your manager. Blah 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 blah.
Okay.
How dare you not recognize me, caster of the casters?
Oh, here we go. A random list of 1,000 things. Okay, this is great.
Shall we roll?
Dave, just roll a d6, please. I already pulled a set of 6. I love this. A gun that shoots random things. You fire a blouse at him.
Got him.
So a frilly shirt fires from the end of your gun at high speed and throws itself onto the column. You can still do damage. Roll your d6 plus 2. And in this armor just reduces damage, right? Yeah.
I guess, yeah. I don't think it actually has a roll for it.
Yeah, I think it just reduces it.
Okay. Is it D6? Oh, D6 plus 1.
Is it +1 for a gun?
Yeah. Bang!
Okay.
Wow, that's
Somehow the blast deals 5 damage to.
and it's going very quickly.
All right. So it's a well-armored golem. It's made out of fantasy gold, which is somehow not soft and useless. And so he takes some damage, and immediately it goes into full alert. So the golem begins to emit a high-pitched, a shrill noise, warning the security system. A set of heavy bars drop down over the front door.
Right.
And and the golem tears the blouse from its face. And lumbers towards you, ready to crush you in its golden arms. Caster, what do you want to do? You see this happening.
Because I'm a quarter vampire, can I bat through the bars?
You can only become a quarter of a bat.
That's even smaller than a whole bat.
No, 1/4 of you can turn into a bat. So
one of your arms turns into a wing, and the rest.
Yeah, you're not fully ready to. Yeah, you can't transform your whole body. Just.
Can I become a quarter mist and go through the bars?
You can become a quarter, say like 25% mistier than you currently are. Yes, an attempt to pass through the bars.
Yes,
but first you have to get past the golem. The golem is like still like in front of the door.
I thought he was going after Rolf.
I mean, yes, but like his job is to protect the door. You have to evade him, and then you could try to pass through. So you want to become semi-misty.
Yeah, I want to become 25% misty.
Like cornstarch situation. You're kind of like a globule. Okay, all right. Roll plus your constitution. You want to become a non-Newtonian solid?
Mist, but
12.
just the particles are so big.
Right. Okay. All right. So you're kind of goopy. It'll take you a minute to kind of like, and then and now you're in this sort of semi-rubbery form. Are you got to try to get past the golem. So you've prepared your body. You're all rubbery, and now you can try to get past him.
Okay, so I have stealth as a skill. So can I roll dex?
I don't think stealth in this case applies because he can see you. You can't. There's no opportunity to hide, but it is still dex. It just means you can.
Okay. All right. I get a 10.
Nice. Okay. All right. So he is very angry that someone threw a blouse at him, and he does not notice as you slip past him and up to the gate, where you begin the process of sluicing yourself
through.
Yeah. Now the thing is, your clothes don't turn into goo, so
damn it.
You're like a mushy porridge. You have the consistency of grits, and you can sort of slurp out of your clothing.
That's okay. I'll be naked.
Okay. All right. So you start to do that. While that's happening,
I mean, I feel like my clothing could just fit through the bars.
You can pick it up later, or Dave could shoot some more blouses at you. While that's happening, Ghost, you have your tickets, but then this gunshot rings out. What are you gonna do?
This has ruined my plan.
I mean, if you get caught inside, you still have the ticket and be like, "Look, I belong here."
Oh, that's very smart. Okay, so I'm probably too big to fit through the bars because I can't be a ghost.
That's true. Despite your name.
I'm working on it. Shoot. So the golem is going after Dave.
It's lumbering towards Rolf with the intent to crush and strangle him with its big gold hands.
How do golems work in this narrative? Do they have a big red button on the back that you can hit?
If you would like there to be a shutdown switch, I think you could make a lore roll, and we could see how that goes.
Let's try it. Is that intelligence or wisdom?
That's intelligence, yeah.
No, okay. I don't know about that.
So there is a way to shut down golems of this nature, security constructs, but you do not know what it is, and it's very different from golem to golem.
And my faith doesn't help me in this because I don't believe in Dave's god.
And even if you did believe in Dave's god, he's a god of not knowing things. So this would be well and good that you don't know.
he's positioned himself incredibly strategically to not only be the reason and not reason of things both being true and not true, so he gets belief like whatever happens, just like tangentially.
Can I try to trip the golem?
Yes, yeah, you could try to interfere with his forward momentum. How do you do that? So the golem is basically just like imagine like a big claymation thing made out of very shiny gold plates. With a big diamond sensor thing in the middle, and he kind of walks a bit like a gorilla, so he's the big 2 arms in the front. I'm thinking like the first boss of Dr. Wily's stage in Mega Man 1, the big rock guy. But gold. Or like, I guess like a gold golem from Dragon Warrior. And so he's like lumbering forward. So what do you want to do to try and trip him?
I have a collapsible pole.
Nice. Good.
It's collapsible not because of its folding in on itself, because it makes people collapse when you trip.
Yeah. A collapsing pole. Yeah. So I think that's just going to be raw dex for me because I don't have anything.
Okay, so you draw the collapsible pole and like snap it out in front of him? Okay.
I wanna like pole vault, slap it between his leggies.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. So like jamming it in the spokes of a perfect, and you get a critical success. So I'll let you damage him with the fall too. Roll a d6. Nice. You hit him as hard as a blouse. So
fantastic.
All right. So the golem tumbles forward, and instead of crushing you, Rolf, he lands, crashes in front of you. You can hear his internal machinery clattering around, and now you have an opportunity to do something. What would you like to do? You could just shoot him again.
I totally could, couldn't I?
Yeah.
I want to shoot him again. Come on. Have I got a smart plan that uses any of my stats that I have any numbers in? It's a good question. No, let's shoot him again.
Okay. All right.
Success.
Okay. All right. So you're going to be able to shoot him, but after this, your thing gun, your thing launcher, will need time to recharge. I think what it does is this thing is like the butt end of a bag of devouring. So when people put things into their bag of devouring or bag of holding, this is the other end that they come out of sometimes. So you're reaching into that mirror, that hammer space, and getting random objects. So let's have you roll the random object that emerges from it.
Okay.
So roll a d6. A 2. Toothpaste. You fire a stream of minty fresh toothpaste onto the creature.
And as this is a holy and blessed weapon, it turned out that failed roll of knowledge of how to turn off a security golem, it's that it is toothpaste. It's actually made of enamel.
Good.
Strengthening it, it becomes solid and unmoving.
Oh, I see. So you're gonna let the stream of toothpaste like harden and like keep him in place. Yeah, you can do that instead of damage. I think that's fine.
Yeah, freeze him to the ground.
Okay. So you've delayed him a moment. So while all this chaos is going on, Jofa, you've distracted the crowd. People have now gathered around the burning turkey, who is kind of like fallen down on the ground, isn't really running around anymore. The smell of Thanksgiving dinner is wafting through the plaza. There's a group of sentient cranberries that are looking very nervous right now. But you've distracted the crowd, and you can see your friends are making their way into the museum. What do you want to do?
So she was eyeballing that turkey, specifically that turkey leg.
Uh-huh.
I think I'm gonna try to get away with is the turkey quite dead? Dang it! Is the turkey quite dead?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Can I just butcher it and get that leg?
Yeah, I mean the Phoenix worshippers though have created a circle of prayer around it, waiting for it to return to life. And they're keeping everyone at a distance, like, no, you can't eat it. Even though everyone's kind of standing there salivating, this is a holy bird that will return to life soon. So
Okay.
yeah.
All right, then it's not worth her while. So she's just going to like look around for her companions, realize that they've all gone into the museum, and be like, "Oh, okay." So she'll leave and punch a cranberry on her way out,
Sure.
like a spite punch.
Good. Sounds good. You lay into a cranberry. They're not happy about it. Yeah.
Bite me.
Yeah, right. What are you gonna do? You're a cranberry. I'm trying to think of a bad cranberries joke, but I'm gonna hold off. One of them's a necromancer. They summon zombies. Anyway, back at the door. I think Castor, you were trying to press through the. So you leave your clothing behind.
Yes, I leave my elaborate clothing behind.
Okay. All right. So basically, any of your equipment that is larger than like your hand basically gets sluiced out.
I think what happens is like once I get to the other side, I'm completely naked. I have like a Ken doll area instead of like actual genitals. And I just, long black hair, and I turn to the rest of my companions and I say, Jerry, pick up my things. And then I like walk further into them.
Okay. Yeah, there's a group of scandalized sun nuns who, as you walk by, all like turn away, like, "Oh my, who's that naked semi-gelatinous man?" Okay, so you leave damp footprints leading into the museum proper. Outside, the golem is held for the time being. What are the other three of you going to do? He's struggling. You can see that the toothpaste shell won't hold him for long.
Do a little toodles wave and run on in.
Okay, so there is still a gate. There's still like a gate in the way.
Oh, okay.
The only reason that Castor was able to get in was because he turned into a 25% mist form.
What's the mechanism for the gate? Like, is it obvious how we were supposed to interact with it?
You could try and lift it. You could also like try to bend its bars. Two very traditional methods for getting past a portcullis.
Yes. Can I use athletics to try and?
Yeah, you can. That's what athletics is for. So do you wanna try to bend bars or lift gates?
Bend bars. It's cooler.
Okay, cool. Yeah, do it. Go ahead and roll with your strength. All right. So I think you're gonna take some strain. So you can do it, but you take a -1 on your next roll. So you're like tearing the thing open, and you can hear the creaking of the bars as they bend open, and a couple of people clap politely at your feat of strength. And Ghost, you can see a clear way in now. You can scramble in there. You're the first one because you're the smallest, right? So you can just hop in.
Yeah.
There. Yeah. Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, so you scramble through the hole, you finish pulling it open, Jofa, and Rolf, what are you and Brother Lek gonna do?
I mean, we do want to go in, but yeah, let's go in for now. There's probably more inexplicable challenges to overcome once we're inside.
Yeah. I mean, you already know everything that's out here. You can see it. But in there, mysteries.
Exactly. Yes. Oh, man. You're like an incarnation of Spluff himself.
So, Brother Lek chases after you, and you run inside. And the three of you run in, and you see damp footprints. You can see a little gray butt heading its way down the hall. And Lek turns to you, Rolf, and says, "Schrodinger's cat, Rolf. What a wonderful thing you did out there. I've never," and he like looks at the gun. He says, "I've never seen it in action before. A holy relic indeed."
Yes, well, though we may not know how it works, why it came to us, who gave it to us, how it came to be in the possession of the person who gave it to us in the first place.
Who gave it to them?
And so on and so on. That only increases its power. as you should know.
And brother like nods his little green head and blinks his yellow eyes at you, and he says, "Very good. I cannot wait to see what mysteries this place holds for us." And, like, looks wildly around.
Yeah, let's look around.
Okay.
I want to try and work out the fastest way to get to this exhibit.
Excellent. Yes, there is a massive map of the.
No, I don't want to look at.
Yeah, you see this enormous map, and you're like, which way to go?
Ghost looks at the map.
Okay. So, Ghost, can you make a decipher? Make a decipher roll. You can use intelligence.
That was intelligence. Mm-hmm. No.
Okay. It seems to you, looking at it, that the only place anyone can go by following this map is the gift shop. Like, no matter where you go, that's where you end up.
It makes sense. That's good UX.
Yeah, right. Exactly. The pathfinding is great for the purpose they're trying to. But like, it doesn't seem like you would get to see any of the exhibits or anything. Like, it just all roads lead directly to the gift shop. One of them goes by a bathroom. Which, because this is an interplanar, there's a lot of facilities to accommodate the various bioforms of its guests.
I'm very glad this is an accessible museum.
It is, yeah. They have to do a lot of work.
Look, there might be socks there. Are we still on socks?
George, did you gather my things?
Yeah, Jofa, you're last through, and you were instructed by Castor to gather his damp attire. But that's entirely up to you if you want to do that.
Yeah, no, it's totally up to you. But I did say, like, you.
Yeah,
you things while I was
totally did, and you didn't use her name, and she wasn't really like catching on.
Are you finally getting mad at me for not using your correct name?
There is a pile.
She just didn't catch on. She legit.
All right, I thought you were talking to somebody else.
Suborned somebody else to like be your clothes monkey, and she's like, okay, well, somebody else then, sure, taken care of.
Yeah, so there's a pile of clothing and other miscellanea covered with a thin grayish film, kind of like unhardened paper mache, lying in the street.
So I think the only things that are like hand size that I have on me would be like the Quicksilver and my ritual incense and oils. So I probably lost all of my socks.
Yes, yeah, I would say so.
And my volcano water.
Yeah.
You might have to go pick up your own things.
And my elaborate clothes.
I mean, you could tell her to go get your things, and she would probably go do it.
I'll probably, like, when you appear next to me without them, I'll be like, "What? I told you." I told you. God, I'm running out of J names.
Well, we'll get there. So, Rolf, you wanted to find an alternate way.
Yes.
Okay. How will you do that? You're just going to pick a direction and walk in it?
As a holy place of mysteries itself, a museum is a great place to use your ability to commune with your god with a vision.
Oh, nice. Okay.
That hopefully won't tell me too much, but might actually help. It's difficult.
Okay.
You never hope for too much, because if you do, then you're disappointed. But if you don't, then you don't actually get anything. It's divination magic with this god is like
your god's motto is under promise and over deliver.
Yes.
Okay. So your vision, you need to drink holy water.
Yeah, I've got some.
You have some? Okay. All right. So what does that look like? Is it in like a can or
Sunny D?
Nice, good. Sunny D, perfect. They sell it in the gift shop. Okay, so yeah, you crack the safety seal on this plastic bottle and guzzle your bottle of slightly oily orange beverage.
Yes.
Jofa, you can practically feel the vitamin D suffusing his body as he drinks this canister of delicious sunny beverage. And you commune with your deity for divine guidance. Let's have you make a wisdom roll.
Oh, I can do that probably.
Yeah, let's have you make that roll.
Sort of.
Okay. So you wanted a vision of how to get to the sun sphere, right? That was your
Yes.
Okay. So that becomes clear in your mind, a way to get there. You have to go through a few other exhibits first, but you can make your way there the most expedient route. But you forget something else important. What is it? What do you forget in exchange?
I
I
think you forget entirely about Caster. I'm erased from your memory.
I mean, that doesn't seem like a curse so much as a blessing. That's like two blessings, though.
That's what I was saying.
You know, I want it to be something important that he forgets.
Oh, okay. Sorry. My bad.
Okay. I totally forget Brother Lek is here to help me find what to do.
Right. Cool. So you don't know who this weird little turtle man is that's following you
I
around.
think he just inexplicably pops from existence.
Oh, right. You forget him, and so with a
back to his-
PC not paying attention, he just goes away. Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Good. Weird solipsism. Yeah, so everybody notices this. You just see Brother Lek just disappear. And yeah, and then all of a sudden, Rolf, you know which way to go.
I have communed with my god, and unfortunately, we know the way now.
Okay, and do you want to lead them that way?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Jessica,
so
why didn't you get my things?
Well, so hold on. You walked away before they got there.
Oh, that's true.
Caster. So you find yourself in the gift shop.
Oh. Okay.
And everyone who was previously in the gift shop has run away, either to go and see the rebirth of the fire turkey outside, or because a semi-gelatinous naked quarter vampire has just walked into the gift shop and they've been scandalized, so they all scramble. So you're just like standing alone in a gift shop full of sort of gaudy, cheap-looking merchandise, talking about how fantastic the sun is.
Disgusting. I look around for anything black. Or socks.
There is nothing black here.
Are there socks?
No, there are no socks in this place. There is, however, a gag calendar that shows sunny and temperate every single day, all day, forever. Novelty license plates.
I vaguely remember that someone wanted a calendar, and I grab it.
Okay, yeah, you grab it off the rack.
And then I just walk
Are you still
out.
kind of gelatinous, or have you solidified?
I think that like as I walked, I kind of dry off a little bit and like re-solidify. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Less gelatinous now.
Sounds good. Okay, so you reform. The place is on high alert because somebody has like disabled the golem, and like security is certainly on the way. But you do have a moment. You grab the calendar, and then what, you want to try and go find your friends?
Friends, yes.
Sure. Yes, your companions. Okay. All right. So let's have the three of you who are already on your way. Let's do a thing with you before that happens. So
Okay.
On your way to the Sun Sphere, you have to pass through the museum's famous revolving restaurant. So we see you come in on one side of the restaurant. There's all these tables, and there's a big smiling sun ball in the middle, right near the salad bar. There's lots of kind of pseudo educational murals on the walls, and yeah, as promised, powered by the mechanical energies of the place, the restaurant is slowly rotating. Not so you can see anything. It's just moves around in a very slow circle. You all come in one side, and on the other side, we see 4 museum employees. You can tell because they have name badges on. They're all sun elves, so they have like long, flowing golden hair and perfect tans. And one of them is carrying a surfboard. You see them come in the other side, and they all take off. Well, I guess the one in the front takes off his sunglasses and looks at you, and he's like, "That's them. There they are." And they all come running towards you across the restaurant.
Can I suggest that Sun Elves are like the rival gang to our like
Oh
gothic
yeah, totally. They're the
underworld
jocks
border
to your
vampires?
goth. Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
They're all wearing
West Side
like puka shell necklaces, and they really
They
like
all shop at Zoomies.
yeah,
Like,
they got board shorts, and yeah,
Disgusting.
they really like ska. That's like their favorite thing. So yeah, to the sound.
EDM now, Adam.
Yeah, now sure. I'm thinking like '90s version of these guys. So yeah, they come rushing across the restaurant towards you.
Reflexes.
Yeah.
Reflexes.
Rock, paper, scissors to see who's more reflexive. Do it. Go.
Okay.
I'll just let you have it. Oh, you. Okay.
I
You
think it's
two.
more fun this way.
1, 2. Do you do it on shoot or do you do it on 3? No, wait. I'm sorry. We needed to make sure that we knew.
No, you're right. You're right. I do it on 3.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3.
Okay, again.
1, 2, 3.
That was cheating. You win.
No,
Well, okay,
no.
okay.
I
you
was-
still won.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. I wasn't doing it on purpose. You win. Go.
Okay, what are you
Sweet.
gonna do?
So I see them and I'm gonna start like doing like the West Side Story snap dance to approach.
Right. So you're invoking the ancient ways, right? Like acknowledging that these are your mortal enemies of the quarter vampires, these sun
Precisely.
elves. Okay. All right.
And then when I get within a certain range of them, I'm just going to haul out both of my axes and go full bore at them on the attack.
Okay. All right. So do you want to try to like intimidate them or like give them some sort of disadvantage by like letting them know by the ritual of like, hey, we are your mortal enemies, or is that more just like, hey, all right, let's get that over with and do the thing?
Oh, I'd say that ritual is indeed intended to scare them and to
Okay,
give
let's
me
do that
advantage.
first. So let's make a charisma roll, but remember you're at -1 for this roll because you're still a little like sore from the.
Oh, well, that's a 4
all right.
then.
So the lead sun elf looks at his companions when he sees you, and he's like, "Oh, look, it's a bunch of nerds." And he like folds his sunglasses up. He's got these like luminous gold eyes, and he's like, 400 pieces of silver to the first one who brings me a completed wedgie. And the others like look at each other like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. And they like
Am I within hearing range?
they flex their muscles. No, you're not in the room. You're away.
Oh.
And yeah,
Can
they
I
all.
still say reflexes before they get to do anything?
Yes, yeah, totally.
Ghost, like just jumps up on like the closest table and like with both sword and dagger out, eschewing the ritual of the snaps completely, and just screams, "Are you ready to die?" And that is what I would like to do for my intimidate.
Okay, so you want to try and do anything too? Okay, yeah, go ahead. Roll charisma.
No.
All right. So one of them is like, "Look out, Chad! It's some kind of crazy chinchilla." And Chad takes a swing at you with his surfboard, and it connects heartily with your body. Do you have any armor?
No.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna take some damage.
Armor is for squares.
You take 6 damage.
I fall over.
Was that all your hit points? Okay, so Chad blasts you with his surfboard so hard you go flying into the salad bar. Bits of green jello fly up in the air, and there's like a crashing of silverware, and you are lying unconscious under a pile of mostly wilted iceberg lettuce. Cool. All right, so you get knocked out. Meanwhile, it looks like Jofi, you're gonna have to take these 4 on by yourself. They rush towards you, wielding their various weapons, and they attack. So let's have you work out what are you gonna do with these guys, and then Rolf, you can take an action after. So what do you do, Jofa? You're being attacked by four of these surf shop employees.
Can I throw? So they're running at me across.
Yeah, they're
the
running
distance, right?
towards you. Yeah.
Can I throw caltrops onto the floor in front between me and them to try and like hurt them on the way?
Yeah,
All right.
totally. Yeah.
Sweet, because I got some of those.
They're not wearing shoes.
Scatter them in front. Yeah, totally.
That's right.
Yeah, this is a casual workplace environment. They don't wear shoes here.
That beach bums.
Okay, make a dexterity roll. We'll see how many of them. So you roll it out in front of you, and then we'll see how many run into it. Okay, all right. So I figure you get 2 of them. Do caltrops have a stated damage?
I think it was.
Oh, it
something about
just slows them down. Okay, so only 2 of them jump on you, and they just start like punching you with their perfectly tanned fists. So you're gonna take a little bit of damage.
Okay.
Okay. Damage rolls. Okay, so you take 4 damage from Surfer punching. How are you doing for health?
I think I'm at 0 actually.
Okay, so
These
Rolf,
elves are beating me up.
Ralph, you're watching your friends just get pummeled. So 2 of them are like, ow, ow, ah, caltrops, and they stop, so you don't get hit with the surfboard. But the other 2 jump on you and just start like punching you. One of them is using his chain wallet as a nunchuck. And Ralph, you see all of this happening. What are you gonna do? Your thing launcher is fully charged.
Oh, is it back? No,
Yeah.
I've got a different plan this time. I'm gonna bamboozle them, I think.
Okay.
I take out my pen and pot of ink and my parchment, and while they're not looking at me, scribble out onto the parchment a flyer for a surfing competition that's like back the other way, so they just like leave us alone and like run off. I'm gonna try and distract.
Okay, so you're like, there's a surfing competition, and you like throw the flyer at them, hoping that they will prioritize proving what great surfers they are over beating up the nerds that have invaded their workplace.
Yeah, and it says underneath it, "Hot babes."
Right. Yes, that's very important. Hot babes, ska music. It's good. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's have you roll to bamboozle them. This feels like a charisma roll to me.
Come on. This is being smart. This is intelligence.
I don't know if smart is the word I would use for it.
I've got these +1s. I want them.
All right, you can roll intelligence. I'll allow it.
Yes. Not well.
Awesome. So you throw it like, hey guys, look, and like throw the thing at them, and it just sort of flutters to the floor. And one of them looks up from the pummeled form of your friend, and is like, hey, look, there's another one. And Chad hefts his surfboard and menacingly eyes you, stalking forward. He's moved out of the cloud of caltrops and stalks towards you. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna shoot with the gun.
Yeah, you're like, okay, that's how it's gonna go. Okay. All right. If you can, the 2 of them that are approaching, it's Chad and then another unarmed one. If we roll a big enough random object, you can hit both of them. But if it's something small, you'll have to pick one.
I'm hoping you roll a gnarly wave.
Oh, that would be sweet. Okay. Dex first. We got an okay-ish success.
Okay.
And D6 again.
Mm-hmm.
Random object. Come on. Bulldozer.
Okay, the random object this time is a floor. It just says a floor, and it's a picture of a hardwood floor.
Yeah, it shoots out. It shoots out the ground at them, and they become on the second story of the museum.
Like it's an entire floor. Yeah, like I think you just you shoot it, and it just like throws them all out of the room. Like the floor like ripples and hurls them outside of the fight. And now there's 2 floors. You've now have 2 half-size floors in this room. They're not. I mean, you can roll to damage. You can damage all 4 of them because the floor is pretty significant.
Yes. Big numbers. Let's go. Yeah.
Okay, they've all been killed. They've been killed horribly by this transposition. Upstairs, they're all like halfway through the floor, and like don't go up there. You just see a pair of little like surfer legs like dangling, and they twitch and then like hang limply from the ceiling.
Can I be here now?
Yes, sure. I think you can be drawn by the commotion. So
I love that that's the last thing you see is like some little surfer legs.
Yeah.
I have returned. What happened?
I'm unconscious, so I can't do anything.
Yeah, you see
Where's
LL Cool
Jackson?
J on the floor, and someone has just like driven a car into the salad bar. It looks like, because it's just everywhere. There's just broken plates and bit little cubes of ham all over the place.
If you were meant to know what happened here, you would have been.
Creamed corn drips from the ceiling.
I vaguely remember needing a calendar. I found one.
Right. Also, Caster's still naked.
I'm completely naked.
Why? I won't ask that question.
Yeah.
It's not mine to know. Help me revive our friends. I throw you some bandages. Look, I have healing magic.
I don't even like the bandages just like sail. Like I don't make any kind of effort to catch them.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I've got cure as an ability. I don't know how many times I can use it.
Let me take a look at cure. So what does it allow you to do?
You can attempt to neutralize poisons, remove curses, or heal wounds with a touch.
Okay. Yeah. You can do that.
Yeah, I want to do that.
Okay.
Do I have to roll for it?
Yeah, I think so. Because this is attempt, right? So you, who do you tend to first?
I will tend to Jofa first.
Okay. All right.
So
yeah, I think how do you do this? What is it? What does this look like? What is the sort of paradigm for your healing powers?
What if they didn't get hurt in the first place?
Right. So it's just like this didn't happen.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Okay. So that's I think you'd have to construct an alternate universe in your head, and that seems like it would require some processing power. Let's say it's intelligence.
Okay, I'm good at that. And I actually have heal as a skill as well, so don't roll bad at me. Yeah, I mean, I've got it as a skill, so it's fine.
Okay. All right. Okay.
2-1.
So
Yeah.
here's the deal. You
I'm
failed.
distracting you by trying to slap Jofa in the face.
You failed, but you have the skill at healing, so you get what you want, but at a considerable cost. So in this alternate universe that you're tapping into with your magic, it wasn't Jofa that got beat up; it was somebody else. So Caster and Rolf, both of you roll a d6. Whoever rolls lower, you take the damage instead.
Sweet.
Okay. Let's see.
Fucking
Not sweet.
Are you both good? You both take the damage. You
How
merge
much
the
damage was
universes where the two of you were pummeled. Okay.
How much damage was it?
So no, hold on. So we're gonna roll to undo it. So you're gonna get back, Jofa. You get back 1 hit point, and Rolf and Caster both take 1 damage.
Okay.
Nice.
Ow!
So you feel the sting of Surfer fists from
My
a ghost
precious,
dimension.
Perfect skin. How
Okay. Well, I don't like doing that, but I'm going to. Because for some reason, I feel connected to these people. I care about their well-being. I'm not sure why.
As soon as Jofa's awake, I'm like, Jehoshaphat, where are my things? I told you to get them.
You told me to get your things?
Yes. Didn't you hear me?
I thought you were talking to the other guy, the Tonberry looking dude that was following around. What's his face?
No.
Who are you talking about?
Your lack of information is admirable.
Now that you mention it, I don't know who I'm talking about. My bad.
I seem to have forgotten.
I could. Do you want me to? I could go back for them.
I mean, we're still like in the. Oh wait, we're a little bit out of the lobby. I guess we're in a.
Ghost is just like lying in a corner, like covered in processed food items.
I mean, I'm assuming we didn't get very far from the door.
I mean, you're
'cause-
still in the restaurant, yeah, and it's just slowly like turning around.
Oh, I guess.
A central water feature.
Can I heal Ghost?
Yeah. You want to do it the same way? Same thing?
I want to look at the surfers' bodies in the ceiling and see if any of them are wearing socks.
Good thing I got that skill.
Yeah.
Have I succeeded a roll yet? Probably not.
Good thing the same thing just happened.
I don't want to take damage again.
Well, unfortunately, everybody who's conscious, roll a d6.
Big numbers this time.
Hope
Come
it's
on.
not Jofa, because then You get knocked out again. All right, there you go. Caster
Taking one
takes
for the team there, Caster.
Caster takes another hit.
Out of
So
my precious body.
Ghost, same thing. Ghost, you recover 1 hit point, and Caster takes 1 more damage.
Ah.
Ghost sits up really fast and then grabs a handful of salad and shoves it in their mouth
Nice.
and says, "You got the preps."
Yeah, there's like a severed arm with a bad tribal tattoo twitching nearby.
Won't fit in my pocket, but I want it really bad.
All right, we have defeated the minions of whatever was going on there. We can proceed with our quest.
All right,
Whatever it was.
let's steal the thing. And
Wait, are there any socks on the severed limbs of the surfers?
No, we said explicitly they were bare feet because of the caltrops.
Right.
so I'm gonna Jofa's gonna go around to like the bodies of the surfers that are like still cut in half by the floor and start like pulling pants down so that she can at least give pants to Caster.
Okay, all right. So Caster looks like Danzig from that episode of Portlandia where you have like you're really pale and kind of sickly looking, but you got like the board shorts on.
Wait,
good.
I wasn't told that I needed to wear these shorts.
Oh, okay. So you're just given the shorts.
Are
then.
any of them black?
No, of course not. They're like
No,
in
I don't. I
blue
refuse
and
to,
white.
I refuse to clothe my body in that disgusting surfer wear.
Good call. All right. So you're just like, no.
Dedicated goth.
Yeah. You'd rather go naked.
Yes.
Okay, good. Perfect. Okay. All right. So you eschew the shorts.
Yes.
And Relv, you still know the way to the central viewing chamber.
Yeah, I'm gonna lead the way there.
Okay. All right. So we crossfade to that scene. So this object is the centerpiece of the museum's current Praise the Sun exhibit. And there is in the center of a large room is a reflecting pool, a watery pool. Yep, there's a bunch of statues standing in praise around the pool, all looking up through helmeted eyes at an enormous golden sphere that floats magically above the pool of water. The ceiling is like a pyramid of glass through which the fake sun's light is glowing out. The whole place has a massive glare, and next to you when you come in there is a rack of cheap plastic sunglasses so that visitors can appropriately like come in and view this beautiful tiny sun. Excellent.
Are there any that are mirrored?
No, they're all just like the cheap like thin plastic. They probably cost like a couple of silver a piece to make.
I'm into that. I want these glasses. I'm keeping them. I'm not putting them back in the box.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So
Yeah,
everybody puts
I
them-
just look really like I refuse to take the glasses, and so I squint, and my eyes are crying a little bit, but I like refuse to.
Good. Permanent retinal damage. Fantastic. Okay. All right. So you put on the sunglasses and head in, or everyone who does put them on heads in. Okay. So you can feel in the air there's like magic wafting off of this thing, like waves of it. It has like a corona, like a real sun, flickering, and there's tendrils of light. The surface gives off these little like little bursts of heat and light. And the whole thing is like maybe like 3 meters across, which is like 10 feet, I guess. And it's just floating in the center of the room, about 10 or 15 feet off of the ground. So what are you gonna do? How are you gonna get this thing and get it out of here?
I mean, in typical Jofa style, can't we just take?
I mean, touching it would likely incinerate a good
That's
part
not
of you.
Good. That's not so good. All right, so she looks expectantly at the rest of the party, like, come up with plan.
I have a plan.
I feel like I just
with your sunglasses just now.
I feel like I just need, please, someone make a GIF of Dave in that pose where he says, I have a plan, and subtitle it for me. I could use it. I could use it in many ways.
Yeah,
beautiful.
I think if we cool down the thing by pouring my wineskin on it. It'll be cool enough that we can carry it with us, and then we'll just like light it again when we get home.
I like it. I've got water too. I can add water.
I had water.
All liquids upon it.
It was from a volcano.
Okay, how are you going to get the water onto the sun sphere? It's quite high up.
Oh, that's a good point.
I can. Okay, I'm gonna look at the ceiling to see if there's like anything I can climb to or grapple to, because I'm good at climbing and I have a grapple hook.
That's right. So the room is a cylindrical shape, and then on top it's flat with an open to the sky, like a pyramid shape of glass and metal. And yeah, you figured there's like an access sort of balcony around, so people can climb up there and like wash the windows. And actually, let me just roll. Let me roll to see how lucky you are. Okay, so it looks like there is a platform, a raisable and lowerable platform, but currently it's cranked all the way up to the top. And so you'd have to climb down. But you might be able to lower it if your friends wanted to get up there. But someone has to climb up first.
Okay.
I'll climb. I'm a little climby baby.
Yeah, you want to climb up there?
I'll climb
Jofa
up there.
has a grappling hook too, right? So.
Oh, and don't you wait? You have a skill, don't you?
I do.
Okay, never mind. You do it.
I wanted to empower you to do the thing that you wanted to do.
No, you do it. You're better at it than me. I'm more of a sneaky baby.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to try throwing the grappling hook to see if I can get that up there and make my climb easier.
Okay. Cool. So let's see. Does the grappling hook? I think it's just equipment, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So let's say the grappling hook. You can use it to kind of like Lucky. You can use it to mitigate a climbing related failure that would otherwise like endanger you. So let's have you make an athletics check. That's for climbing, right? Okay. And you can use your strength for that because it's pulling yourself up. There you go. Well. You use that grappling hook.
I do need that grappling hook.
All right. So, yeah, I think you spin the hook around and throw it up top, and it clatters up onto the stone ledge, and you begin to pull yourself up, hand over hand. And while you're doing that, what's everyone else doing down below, bathed in the pulsing light of this little sun? Is there anything you want to do?
I am getting a sunburn.
Yes. I mean, you got a sunburn the second you stepped in here.
And so I'm like, all I have is my Quicksilver and my ritual incense and oils. So I'm rubbing my body with my ritual oil to try and like mitigate the sunburn.
Okay. Yeah. You're really, I mean, you're basting yourself.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't sun.
It doesn't have an SPF.
I don't do sun.
Okay. Yeah.
That's
fine. I'm okay with that. So you start to rub sacred oils onto your slightly greasy grayish skin. While you're doing that, Ghost and Rolf, do either of you want to do anything?
Ghost is looking at the little lapis stone heart thing or whatever.
Yeah.
That they got from the water elemental guy.
Yeah.
Like through the sun, like looking at if it refracts light or does anything fun.
Yeah. Make a lore roll for that. So make intelligence roll.
It's a super good idea.
Okay. Yeah, you're pretty sure that it's a dehydrated water elemental. Like this is like a raisin to the grape that he once was. And that if you you add water, he will rehydrate and return to form.
Oh, do you think we could keep? Hey, you guys, do you think we could keep that in a person?
What?
Like keep the sun in a person if they were made of water, then.
I think that the person would burn up if it were made of water. I'm not feeling great myself, and I'm not made of water.
I think it's a fantastic idea.
I'm just throwing.
I think it would work. I'm not sure
what
why.
if you threw it at the sun?
I just don't think I trust this whole cooling down idea if the sun is made of some sort of ever-burning plasma. I feel like that might come back really fast, but I'm not a scientist.
Honestly, let's be real. Science is not really a factor at this point, so Don't even worry about how it would actually work.
Let's do your plan. I like your plan, and we
Okay,
capture the waterman and bring him back as a hostage.
I need some water on this heart.
Isn't there a pool of water underneath?
There
the
is,
sun?
yeah. There's a reflecting pool directly below the hovering. The hovering pool.
Okay.
I would just like to leave this place. My skin is hurting. I don't understand what's going on.
You could go get your outfit.
What?
And then I'll just drop the heart in the fountain thing.
Okay, you just toss it
But
in.
you can go back to our intrepid climber.
Well, so so Jofa, you pull yourself up to the top and you look down to see Ghost like flipping a quarter into a wishing well. This little blue token flops into the water and immediately steam starts to pour up out of the water, and the whole building starts to shake. And there is a vacuum sound, a sucking sound, as the elemental refuels himself off of the pool and begins to emerge from it, knocking over the statues and growing taller and taller. And there's an angry bellowing in Water Elemental about how you interrupted his vacation and that he worked hard to save up to come here, and that his wife divorced him and took their little droplets away, and this is all he had. And he's like growing and becoming full of impotent rage.
I just yell, "You're in the museum! I got you in faster!"
And he grows high enough to bang his head on the sun, and there's a hissing sound, and he roars and sweeps an arm out, and everyone who's on the floor needs to do something or they're gonna get hit by this tsunami of anger.
I'm already covered in ritual oils, so I would like to begin my dance magic dance ritual to just calm everyone down.
Well, you want everyone to dance?
Yes.
Right. Okay. So if you succeed on this is the Bhangra version of this adventure, where we just suddenly spend the next 15 minutes doing a carefully choreographed dance scene, and then we go to credits.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Great. This is a perfectly absurd ending. If you succeed. All right. So this is
I've already slathered my body in ritual oils.
This is a ritual, an occult ritual. Let's have you roll. I think you need to roll with your dexterity because you are trying to dance to lead everyone else.
Okay. I got an 8.
Okay. All right. So it only
That's
affects
the worst I've rolled of all.
That's a pretty terrible roll. So for you, I think yes, that is certainly what happens. You and for now the water elemental are both caught up in this spell.
And a spectral goblin king who doesn't look like God.
Yes, a legally distinct from David Bowie specter appears, and alongside you and the angry water elemental begin the dance. And so you won't get struck with the wave, but the other two still need to avoid it as well. So, Ghost, what do you do? Big arm of water.
Just try to jump out of the way.
Right, just gonna hide behind some. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I tried to appeal to him logically, and it didn't work out, so I'll just run.
Okay, make a dexterity roll. Okay, all right. So I think you get swept away. You don't get hurt, but the tail end of the wave sweeps you out a doorway and inexplicably into the gift shop. So yeah, just whoosh, big wave of water. You don't get hurt, but you get tumbled into the gift shop in the other room. Dave, what's Rolf gonna do? How are you gonna avoid the wave of water?
I'm gonna pray to the gods of RNG and fire a random thing out of the gun.
All right, you're gonna attempt to defend yourself. You draw your gun, you fire it. Let's see if you hit. Make a dexterity roll.
Okay.
Oh dear. All right, it backfires. So whatever it is affects you as much as it affects the wave. Roll.
Okay.
Here we go. Roll a d6.
Okay.
Your gun fires out of it a purse. You shoot a purse at it. And I think what happens is you fire it, and this very expensive leather handbag shoots out of the end, and the straps tangle on the end of the gun and yank it from your hand. And then it hits the water elemental and tumbles to the floor.
And then I get hit by a wave.
And then you get hit by the wave. Yep, exactly. All right, so you're gonna take some damage from the wave. One of the options on that roll was a water bottle.
That would have been so good.
Which would have been pretty good. Okay, so the wave washes over Rolf, dealing 2 damage.
Oh, that's all my hit points.
Okay, so Rolf bangs up against a knockoff statue of Solera of Astora and is knocked unconscious by the wave. And then the water elemental and Castor begin to do a dance. Meanwhile, up above, all of this chaos is going on, and Jova, you can see this from your position up top. What are you gonna do?
So first of all, I just want it known that Jofa watched all of this disaster happening to her friends with like sunglasses on, just like, cool. Second of all, she came up here to throw wine and water at the sun. So that's at the little tiny sun. So that's what she's gonna do. She's gonna try to hit it.
Yeah.
With water.
Okay. All right. So you're just gonna unplug you have like a wineskin, water skin, and just dump it.
Yeah, I have a water skin. I guess I didn't double check, but I assumed that Rolf gave me a
I thought that was
wineskin.
part of the plan too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yes, I'm gonna unplug both of these things, and I'm gonna try one at a time, starting with the water.
Okay.
Water is less precious.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. So, and your intent here is to like extinguish the thing so that you can take it out of here.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and I don't think you have to roll. I think this is easy. It's like hitting the side of a barn, right? So you just like pour the water on it, and let's see if it's effective enough to put it out. Oh yeah, nice.
Whoa.
Okay, so you just dump the whole thing, and weirdly, despite how bright this thing is, it goes out like a candle. There's a hissing sound, there's a cloud of steam, and then a loud splash as it tumbles into the dancing elemental and rolls off of his semi-crushed form. He gets kind of like splattered into a puddle, and it starts to roll. It's like a big Indiana Jones size like metal boulder, and it starts to roll towards the door to the gift shop, just like tumbling down in that direction. Ghost, you are picking yourself up from the wave of water that has like gushed over you, and you turn around and you see this enormous ball rolling towards you. What do you want to do?
Try and scoop it up in one of my many pieces of fabric.
Nice. Okay, so you want to like, it's pretty big, right? It's gonna break the door and then roll into the room.
Like, do you mean like 5 feet wide big, or?
Yeah, like boulder size. Like it would crush you if it rolled over you.
Just kidding. Run away.
JK lol. Bye.
Yeah.
Okay.
A rat-like scramble.
Okay. Good. Yeah, and you're good at scrambling. That's fine. Okay.
There
Perfect. No problem. All right. So you run away as the ball rolls through the wall, sending snow globes and t-shirts in every direction, smashes through the wall, through the gift shop. You run out the exit. It breaks out the exit of the gift shop and rolls to a stop outside. And you see when you run out, you look around. Everyone in the area is distracted because there is an enormous, beautiful bird with feathers made out of fire. And it is rising from the ashes of a very badly burnt Thanksgiving turkey. It's got the little things on the edge of the legs, and there's like, the cranberries threw themselves on it in sacrifice. But from it, an enormous turkey phoenix is rising, and everyone is like praising the mighty turkey phoenix. And so as a result, none of them notice the ball smash through the wall and slowly roll to a stop in a puddle of toothpaste. Yeah.
I don't know where to put this. I don't have a big enough bag.
Yeah, right. So inside, Castor, what are you gonna do? As long as you keep dancing, so will the water elemental.
I think that, let me just see if I have anything that hints at what I might do here. I think I'm gonna try and I have Tinker. So I'm gonna try and like while I'm dancing with the water elemental, I'm gonna try and pickpocket the heart out of it or the like dehydrated.
While you're dancing.
Yeah. We're
Okay,
getting
this is
real
going to
close.
require
We're,
this
like,
dance
slow
becoming
dancing.
somewhat more intimate. If you want to get close enough.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna. I mean, you're already naked, so you're gonna get up on that water elemental, and just kind of try to get in there and. Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right. Go ahead and make a dex roll.
Okay. I got an 8.
You got an 8. Okay. All right. How many hit points do you have right now?
A number of hit points.
How many hit points do you have right now?
I have a number of hit points.
Okay.
I have some.
I mean, I'm just curious. I want for the people at home to know how big of a roll this is.
I have 3.
You have 3? Okay. All right. You're going to take some damage. You are buffeted while you get up on the elemental, right? Because, it's a swirling torrent of body.
I'm into swirling torrents.
Okay. So if you're not knocked unconscious by this effort, you get what you want. Here we go. Nope. All right. So you sexily get up on the elemental, like ready to I'm gonna steal that heart, and then you get caught in the whirlpool, and then thrown full body, like force out, bang your head on a statue, and knocked unconscious.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it is unfortunate. Jofa, you are upstairs. You see this happen.
I wish I had more hit points.
What can I say except that my favorite quarter vampire friend has just been hurt, and I must exact vengeance. So I am going to do the thing that Jofa has waited her entire game to do, which is jump as high as she can off of this extremely high platform with both axes out and attempt to plunge them into the water elemental on her way down.
All right, so the music takes on an action movie swell as we see you realizing, this is my time to shine. You draw in slow motion your 2 axes, crouch down, leap up into the air, and then we roll credits. As we get the heavy metal guitar shredding in the background, you leap up in the air and then bam.
I think what it does is it does that the motion stop and you're in the air and it does the spin around you while the motion is stopped.
It plays the JoJo's music.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great.
Excellent. Fantastic. Good work, everybody. Nicely done. Good robbery of the museum. So this is what I love about. I do this with Dungeon World a lot, but World of Dungeons is even more wacky because character creation is so short. I really love just being able to be I don't know, whatever, we'll just make it up. What does your gun shoot? I don't know, random objects.
I'm pretty sure your gun was OP, but I'm very appreciative.
I mean,
it didn't mean we did better.
No, you really didn't. I didn't. The funny thing was, we didn't vet the thing at all. So I didn't know what objects were on this table. I still don't. For example, beef is a choice. MP3 player, sidewalk, lampshade, air freshener, whatever you got. One of them just says video games. All of them, just all video games. So yeah, thank you thank you for that. This has been a very special edition. Roll20Con presents World of Dungeons quarter vampire goth field trip to the Sun Plane featuring Rat Girl.
I thought that my jaw muscles had a workout during Roll20. What's wrong with you? But
yeah. Good stuff. Cool. Well, thank you for coming, everybody, and for watching our silliness. We will, I imagine, process all this business. So if you missed any of it, I'm sure it'll make its way to YouTube eventually. Does anybody know if there's a thing following us? Blue Jay, do you maybe know if there's something coming up?
Me and Anna are gonna be doing a new to GMing little talk.
That's right. So we're gonna make our way so that Blue Jay and Anna can have a chat about what it is like to game master, which is a great topic, and I'm gonna be checking that one out myself. So stick around for that. Thanks for coming, everybody, and thanks everybody who we know we don't have we've been working on getting the little notifier guy going on the overlay, but anybody who made a donation to take this, thank you so much. I have personally availed of their services myself, and so can speak to how useful they are. At PAX Unplugged, we were all feeling a little burned out, and we found one of their zones and hung out. And I looked at pictures on my phone, and Nadja and Blue Jay colored, and it was so nice and a really good way to recharge. So if you are interested in learning more about that, definitely check out the links in chat. Check out Take This. I will let my cast let you know where you can find them on the internet. Let's start with Dave. Dave, where can people find you being a human on the internet?
You can't.
Perfect. Good. Your Twitter handle's just like right there, though. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you can work it out, then you're allowed to tweet out.
Nice. Good. It's a secret. If you can type those characters into Twitter. Cool. Well, I will say this: you can find Dave playing role-playing games with me and Blue Jay. Usually twice a week. We're in the middle of the summer chaos, but we have a Burning Wheel game and a Dungeons and Dragons game that we play both right here and over at twitch.tv/DND. And I hope you will check those out if you haven't already. Dave is a great human. Down below Dave, Soraya, where can people find you on the internet? What's your deal?
Hello. You can find me at Cavney on Twitter. I work for Roll20 also, so you'll find me on streams like Roll20 What's Up when that goes out. And I want to throw out real quickly, as far as Take This donations, it's the ticker that doesn't work. The donations do work. So
That's right. Yeah.
if you've donated today, they got your donation. All of that went through just fine. It's just the ticker that should be popping up and being like, someone has donated. That isn't working. But everything else. So please keep those donations coming. And if you do want to find me online for some strange reason, or you want more axes, I guess, at Cavney on Twitter.
Excellent. Cool. Blue Jay, how about you?
You can find me right after this.
Yeah.
Here.
Don't go anywhere for more
Stay
Blue Jay.
here.
You literally have to do nothing, and
Just
you'll get
stay
more
where
Blue
you
Jay.
are and
Perfect.
don't move, and then you'll get more me.
Excellent. And last but not least, trivia. I got a question for you, trivia. Did you draw that character in the time it took for us to start the show to the point where you posted it? Did you?
It was when I described it until I posted it.
That is out of control. That is too good, too fast.
That was what I did for 10 years. So
It's so good.
It's real
So good. There was a conversation earlier on during Roll20. Why am I watching this? Where people were talking about other players like doing art at the table and how that was like how they felt about that. And I was just like, yo, if you have someone in your group who can draw and wants to draw during your game and just like make fan art of stuff, look at this. Look, let them do it. Encourage them. It's a great way for people to be involved. So when it seems like someone is being quiet and they're scribbling away at something, it can be very, very cool. Where can people find you and ostensibly more of your art on the internet?
Yeah, so you can find me on Twitter at dark_deer_, and then also I have a Tumblr, which is darkdeerinthewoods is my Tumblr URL. And I need to get back into posting. I haven't been doing it. I have all these D&D sketches. They're just sitting in a sketchbook, and
People
I gotta get back on
love D&D fan art right now. So like today's the day. Get in there and do that biz.
So keep an eye out, follow me. Awesome.
Yeah.
I take commissions too.
I
so
was
sometimes-
just about to say, this seems like a very cool thing that you could commission trivia to do. This art is fantastic. I'm in love with it. So cool. Bunch of talented individuals on the show today. Thank you for coming, everybody. Stick around for more Roll20Con content. I will be back GMing again tomorrow. You'll see Blue Jay again, in addition to some other cool superheroes. We're going to be playing Masks tomorrow afternoon, so definitely come on back for that. And if you are someone who watches content on the Roll20 channel, you can't miss me. I'll be back. I'll be around. We'll see you later, everybody. Thanks for coming.
Bye.
Bye.